Welcome to 98.98 Mumbles FM. If you've just had the pleasure of listening to what we call Starting Soon, it was composed of a trio of bangers by Ray Cufford that go by the names of Teflon, My First Trance Attempt, and Hydra Courtship. Okay, so I wanted to do a radio announcer voice gag, and there you go. It's not particularly inspired, but we did it. It's a thing that we did. Let me change scene. We in here, boys. Back again, and I think I need to still start up the game, because I know I forgot something. You see? We figure it out here. In other news, I always feel like somebody is watching me. I think it might be because I got a spooky, scary Skullington. Like over there. He's watching me. He's just out here, doing his darndest, keeping an eye on me. But that's cool. I think it's fitting for the Halloween event and the Halloween season. So yeah, today's fairly simple. I'm just looking to grind some more of the Killing Floor 2 Halloween event, because it's fun. I'm thinking I'll probably just play, like, round after round on hard difficulty, try to kill as many bosses as possible. I think we need, like, 6? I want to say 6. Is it 6? Yes, it is indeed 6 more bosses to get Creatures of Darkness. And apparently the weekly is different. It's Boom, which is awful, by the way. But incidentally, it is something that we can do on Barnwich Town. So we might start with that one and see how we do, because we could, you know, get that out of the way. And I mean, if we kill a boss on there, which is kind of a prerequisite of actually, like, finishing the game, then turns out we'll actually, you know, in addition to getting the weekly, we'll also get a boss kill, which is pretty sweet. So I think that's what we're going to do. Let me mess around a little bit here for just a moment. Yeah, that's okay. This is alright. Alrighty. I mean, hey, I'm kind of happy that they decided to change the weekly, because I didn't like the VIP, the idea behind it so much. I feel like it's one of those things where if you do it with an actual team of people that know what they're doing, you're just playing the game. Like, you gotta keep one player alive, and that's it. And the only downside is that player may not be able to heal themselves, but I don't know how it works if you get told that you're gonna be the VIP or you figure it out once you get in. But even if you only figure it out when you have started the game, I got a feeling that the moment you know who the VIP is, they just switch to, like, the tankiest perk available, which at this point I would say is SWAT or Survivalist. And I mean, as long as they have armor, they literally cannot die. They don't even lose health damage, except from sirens, and you just get, like, a pocket medic on them, and then you're fine. Which is totally okay. I'm just saying it's not particularly inspired. But yeah, let's get into the weekly first. I think it's just gonna set the difficulty at whatever it wants it to be on. I'm not sure, because normally I usually just do the weeklies. Well, I say as if I do them regularly, but a lot of the time the weeklies are just, like, I do them with at least one of the player, and then you gotta go on either the server browser or just, like, create a game and kind of hijack a server that already exists. And we're just gonna go in here with Firebug, because again, it's easy, and I just want to get through this, basically. But basically, what ends up happening, I open up the chat box. Silly me. What's the difficulty? Oh, this is just hard. That should be completely fine. But yeah, oftentimes the difficulty is set by the server in that case, which is completely fine, but it does incidentally mean that, you know, you might end up with, like, a suicidal difficulty, like, challenge mode server, basically, which can be a little frustrating. Oh boy. I mean, once we get some actual range weapons, this is going to be a lot easier, I feel like. Also, the range on these booms, man. Let's just try to clear some distance. They do be sprinting now. I mean, it's a good idea to heal up, even if it means we will take some more damage. I think wave 1 is not the question. The other waves are gonna be the question. Especially stuff like bosses. You know how I have, like, a ton of little clips where I live on, like, 2 health or something? That's super cool, but if that happens on this mode, you're completely, like, gone and screwed, like, entirely, to the point that it's you can't even explain, because you die. And, I mean, you lose the game. And that's not fun, because it means you didn't succeed. And you wasted, like, 10 minutes. Imagine wasting 10 minutes, Omega Low. But yeah, I'm just thinking we'll, you know, we'll bang out the Halloween event.
Start to wrap things up, as they say.
And, I mean, we'll Did they change the location of these? What's going on? There's normally one there, right? Did they make it so you can't get them in Trader Time? I kind of don't want to be in that location. And the only other nearby one, I mean, there isn't even a nearby one, but it's kind of odd, right, that it's just not there. Because that's just the other skull? I'm going to wait here for a sec because I'm genuinely curious. Maybe they... Huh. I'm guessing that's a bug of some kind, because I don't think we got a thing. I mean, I don't really want to go back and check, if I'm absolutely honest with you, because I feel like that's the way you die. And by you, I mean me. Oh, bro. They do be coming right at me. Yeah, we're basically kind of stuck here, because all the other options is going into Hallways of Doom, which on Boom sounds like the worst possible, like, plan that you could ever have. I mean, I also need to remember that I can just, you know, set fires like that, and they'll eventually, like, die because they walk into it. And that might be better than just taking them out when we're so close. I don't know how that Husk missed, but I am grateful. Okay, I mean, this went a little better than I thought. It is also only hard difficulty, so... Maybe on the weekly you can't open up the secret zone. That would kind of maybe make the tiniest bit of sense too. But yeah, I'm hoping I can, you know, remain active tonight for the duration of the stream. Like for 3, maybe 4 hours is kind of the plan that I have right now. And the reason I'm a little bit doubtful is because I have to wake up super early today for work. I was up at a little bit past 5 a.m. actually, because at 6 a.m. I needed to get into a car. Yeah, there's just no elemental medallions to break. I mean, we don't yet have enough to upgrade stuff. I feel like armor is really good. Molotovs are still really good. And we'll just get some ammo and save some money, basically. Don't want to use up all of our, I don't know, financial resources, essentially.
Break time's over.
Oh, so this is, so the trick is that, okay, that's why the income is different. So this is medium length. Okay. I was about to say, like we're on hard. I know how much money you make per wave, roughly. It's kind of weird that we can't, like, upgrade our gear as often as we normally do, but I guess it makes sense because it is medium length. So instead of 4, I don't know how the Husk, like, keeps missing. But we are extremely fortunate that it is like that. But yeah, so instead of 4 waves, again, Husk miss, by the way. That's number 3. One of these days, they're gonna do a heck of a hit on me. Oh, this is some good set time. Okay, I mean, that guy's... No, he didn't die. The ground fire betrayed me. But yeah, so we have 7 waves instead of 4 that we normally do on, like, a normal length game. This is kind of a good, like, kiting spot, I feel like. Kind of just want to do the ground fire. And I mean, if you go completely long game, then you end up with 10 waves. Which is actually kind of fun, but income-wise, it's so frustrating. Because you just can't get upgrades, it feels like. Like, you can't upgrade your build, your loadout. You're constantly feeling stuck. Really no, like... Just one Husk was. I guess again it's medium. It makes sense. Like this is an interim wave. Kind of tracks that it would be like that. But yeah, I'm hoping that despite the early morning, I'll be fine. And I'm all woken up. So if we would sell this, then we would in fact go to about 1100 basically, a little bit over 1100, which would get us the Scorcher, but with no ammo. I'm not comfortable doing that. I would much rather buy full ammo and make sure that our health is good and, like, go back to that spot. Again, Husks are going to be a little frustrating here because eventually our luck will run out and they'll probably, like, just hit us completely dead on. But at least we are Firebug, so we don't care so much about the fire damage that they cause. We also need to remember we have Molotov, so if we ever mag dump, well, it's kind of silly to say mag dump with the shotgun. The actual gun nerds are probably gonna kill me for that one. But if you basically just, run dry, let's call it that, then you can always just press the grenade button and be like, hey, I live. And that's pretty poggers, if you ask me. And yes, I did just unironically say poggers. We're a cringe chat here. We stand cringe users. I guess we probably could have stood to damage the Scrake a little bit more with that one, huh? You know what? I don't care that much about the area. Like, I'm gonna kite briefly and get a good look at what we're dealing with here. I mean, if we can kill stuff in the area for financial results, it's best if we do that. But I'm not going to break, like, my entire spine over it. It would be good to kill that guy, like, in the thing. This is what I mean. We drop that down, it's gonna be rather helpful. Yeah, I had to basically kill him. I think we should still be able to get the thing. And I mean, even if we don't, it's gonna get us so much, like, actual money. I think we're at, like, 90% now of the area done anyway. I don't care about the XP, obviously. Like, we have completely leveled this perk up, among others, but we care about the money. Boom, man. 7 waves of boom. And I still kind of feel like this is better than the VIP weekly, so what does that say about me? I feel like you could probably do like a psychological evaluation about me based on the streams I've done and determine that I probably do have masochistic tendencies just based on my preferences for the shitty like wave modifiers and weeklies, I guess. I mean, it was a lot of money though, so that's pretty cool. I do think we probably upgrade now. Let's just, change our loadout entirely, get some actual, like, better weapons. I mean, look at that. That's why you do the area. I still kind of think that central spot is really good. It's gonna get a little rough now, though, because we're gonna have fleshpounds, and I mean, we need to actually be relatively tactical when dealing with those, because they will just eat us alive otherwise. Like, they deal a crap load of damage, they shred your armor, basically, and then if you kill them, they also explode. So, I mean, yeah, you can basically kill yourself by actually defeating a fleshpound that has, like, done its job of taking your health down. But we do get some Z time, which is just 2 free ammo. Two shots for free. I mean, in this economy, that's pretty good. Those are the flesh pounds I was talking about. Well, quarter pounds. Honestly, I'm kind of happy and also sad about those. Because they also do the nuke explosions, and there's more of them. So that's kind of not ideal. But so far, we've kited them pretty well. I still kind of wish that we could push back here. Because we're so much in an actual corridor right now, and I don't feel secure about that. If we get overrun, it's so easy for it to happen in a place like this. He do be coming, though. Need to trigger that, because otherwise the Siren is just going to remove those from existence. That's why. You might call that premature, I call it tactical. That's a difference between you and me. When you blow too early, your explosives, I mean, of course, get your head out of the gutter, then you say, sorry, that was premature. I say, I meant to do that, it was tactical. That's the difference between you and me. We are not the same. Yeah, Thermite Bore's still really good with it, though, it turns out. Turns out, DLC weapons that kind of entirely circumvent whatever weakness the perk may have, real good, as luck would have it. Who'da thunk? In other news, water is in fact wet. And ice do be cold these days, huh? But yeah, I mean, ooh, free armor is sick with it. That saves us 150 dosh. That's really good. We've been getting really lucky with the drops, actually. Solid. We are gonna get the Scorcher, so we got 19 Scorcher shots if we need them. Again, the thing that I need to remind myself more than anything else is that if, for some reason, we actually mag dump with the Thermite Bore, then we can just switch weapons, and we at least have one flare. Which, potentially, if we do the Broken Flare attack, is actually going to deal a tremendous amount of area damage, and that basically has the potential of saving our ass in a really crappy situation. And once again, I'm just going to come back to this one spot, because I really like it. I like this spot for this particular map. There's ammo drops, there's supplies, sometimes there's free armor. I don't know if there's any now. There's a gun. I don't think we can carry it. The actual spawn locations are relatively easy to track. Okay, so that's that flesh pound we were talking about. He hasn't raged yet. Like, he did a little bit, and then he kind of calmed down, which is what you want to see. Need to actually reload. Clear that. Do that. Do this. And I guess we can do that. And we can also do a little bit of that. You see, you hate it when you use your final round and then you get Z time as Firebug, but it is what it is. I don't want to pick up that other ammo box yet, because I'm thinking maybe we'll get a chance to use some flares as well. And I'd like to make the most of the supplies available. Although it seems like we're already basically done with the wave. I mean, he's gonna die from the fire, yeah. I mean, we did essentially the exact same thing as last wave. I'm pretty sure we got the exact same amount of damage taken. Like, we were missing about 18 to 20 health, and half of our armor was missing. And I remember that we essentially got, like, half value out of the free armor that we picked off the ground. So it stands to reason that we basically just rinse and repeat, you know? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We did pretty good there. I guess I could have not done that on the varmint rifle, but that's okay. I will upgrade the Scorcher. This is kind of what I mean, that it's weird that you get less income. I think we'll see on the end screen, but for some reason with medium games, I think you might get more enemies, or maybe you get a smaller number of enemies, I'm not entirely sure. But it always feels like you make a lot less money throughout the entire, like, round. Well, the entire game, I guess you could call it. So, which boss would be kind of ideal for us? I mean, to be honest, Abomination is bad because, well, I don't know if the Abomination spawn also have the boom modifier. They already explode, so maybe they don't double explode. That would be kind of sick if they... Oh, oh, this isn't even the boss wave. Okay, I'm completely wrong here. Excuse me. I'm already thinking about, like, you know, the actual, like, final confrontation. We're not even there yet. But, I mean, we can run through the options, basically. Like, Abomination, if he doesn't have double exploding mobs, basically, then I think that's gonna work pretty nicely. That's free armor. In this economy, that's quite a get. And I mean, Abomination himself, with the poison damage, is frustrating but doable. At least he really doesn't like our fire, so that's a pretty big plus. Got some free shots there. Kind of sucky that we got, like, caught on a corner. Okay, so this is one of those situations where we're gonna run to the fountain and enjoy the fact that they got slowed down a little bit. Alright, so both of them got taken down. I feel like we want to stay in this spot, even if there's only 5 guys left, because we'll see him coming. We've had, like, basically one scrake and nothing else in terms of big guys. Well, we've had flesh pounds and that's it, which is kind of okay, to be honest. It is definitely more scary, because I feel like the scrakes are more manageable with Boom, because, I mean, I can take him down quite easily with the Scorcher. And the flesh pounds, I mean, die to the thermite boar, but it's a little bit messier. They kind of bum rush you and then they explode in your face. I mean, like I said, I've had boom waves end pretty poorly because you kill the final flesh pound, but guess what? He has an atomic bomb up his ass, and yeah, that's not really good for business. You end up dying pretty badly at that point. It's particularly annoying on Endless when you're like on like wave 20-something or maybe even 30-something and you basically lose because it's like, well, guess what? They explode now. I still stand by what I said, though, because normally we have money left over. I mean, sometimes on regular length games, we also get the Scorcher up to, like, max level, basically, and we didn't get that this time. Now, the thing that's making me a little paranoid is we are very out of position here. We have very little to like, kite around, and we kind of need that. I guess it depends who we get. So let's see about this boss. We didn't run through all the possibilities. It is, in fact, Abomination, so I guess at least we can test, and he is literally just around the corner from us, which is good and also bad. I mean, with A-Bomb, kiting around one spot is maybe not the best. Can't believe we missed with one of them. I don't want to, they don't seem to explode twice. He's crawling around along the ground like a creature. I don't think the Abomination spawn, like, actually double explode. It doesn't change the fact that all the other mobs do. So just as a heads up, this is, like, huge, but at the same time, this could still go south. like, rather easily. Thankfully, it is also just hard difficulty. And I mean, you know, we drop so much fire that most of the time he doesn't get to do a thing, so... Nice! I mean, again, it's weird to say it, but I feel like that was easier than the VIP weekly. Even though I never tried that one, just the thought of it doesn't really appeal to me. And I mean, it's one of those where solo is kind of unplayable. Like, imagine not being able to heal yourself in solo. You at least need, like, one other player, basically. So the weekly's done. That means we just gotta kill bosses now. And it's weird, because there are more enemies. Usually on a normal length game, you get like 175, 200 on like hard to maybe like suicidal. And still, I feel like we made less money. But I think, again, the length of the game influences the amount of money you make. Like the amount of dosh you get per kill. I think I looked it up once, and I've forgotten by now. But yeah, we're pretty early days into this, and we just gotta kill 5 bosses. I mean, to be honest, this is one big complaint that the game gets these days, but I don't really mind so much. It's quite easy to do the seasonal events, if we're being honest. I mean, we could play other maps than the new one, but I kind of like the new one, so we can just do like a regular survival game. I am gonna put it back to hard, so that we can actually play like a variety of perks. I don't know if we're gonna go and do random. I might just like go down the list basically and do it like that. Maybe skip Firebug because we just did a Firebug round. Let's do that, and maybe after that we'll randomize. I mean, we're here all night basically. I mean, I like the event. The new map is kind of cool. It's one of those things, right, where this was something that I was talking about a lot previously when I was like playing with other people. Oh, we also have some other stuff that we can do, I guess, for dailies. But when they have the little, like, unlockables and secrets scattered around the map, I usually try to get them because, you know, you get, like, a nice little pop-up. Like, hey, you got it. Yay, go you. But it doesn't really do anything. You get, like, an achievement on the Steam version. I'm on Epic version because this is where I got the game for free, and then I proceeded to drop money on it anyway. You know, big brain move, obviously. But basically, you get no benefit for doing that. And there was a part of me, like, arguing a while ago, like, hey, maybe what they should do is they should give you some incentive to do that every time. Maybe make it give you some dosh. Incidentally, that's kind of what the Elemental Medallion event is all about. Like, if you collect all the stuff, and once you figure out where each of them are, it's not really, like, a difficult thing to do, then basically you get, I want to say, like, 800 free dosh from all the stuff in there, potentially more, because, I mean, I got a suit of armor the last time I did it, and that's, like, worth 300 if you don't have armor on you. So that's, like, pretty sick. I mean, even if you have armor on you, if you have, like, 33 points missing, it's already worth it, basically. It's worth the same amount as a gun. So I feel like maybe, especially as Berserker, early on, maybe we should be, like, breaking the stuff, but I'm also too lazy. But it is one of those things where I think if you play this on, like, higher level with a team, you're looking to do some cool stuff on, like, highest difficulty, you know, like, flex on Hell on Earth, I think you would, like, make a plan to get all the elemental medallions every single time, because it's literally worth doing it. It's actually, like, a good idea to do that. Now, we can't really upgrade our weapon, which makes me tremendously sad, but I guess let's just get some of the medallions near here. There's like 2 or 3 others that we know of that are literally close by, and we have so much movement speed anyway. By the way, if you play the game and you don't know, that's where, for me, the last one was, and it's such a stupid fucking spot. How would you know that? How would you fucking know to check there? I genuinely think that one was figured out by data miners, dude. I feel like people went into the map editor and just checked it. Like, yep, that's where that one is. I don't think we got the one at the smithy. Let's go. Might be a bad idea now with the wave, but who cares? We also didn't get the one, like, in the beginning, basically, near the central bonfire, right? The town square looking place. That was such a miss on the headshot. I feel kind of bad, but at the same time, it happens. Normally, I like to have a Hemoclobber by now, even if it doesn't do much better than this, because usually you don't really need the healing early on. And I mean, they nerfed the crap out of Hemoclobber. Yes, I'm still mad. I'll never stop being mad about that one. If anything, just make the Hemoclobber even more OP in Killing Floor 3. That's all I ask. That's all I want. And also, while you're at it, just make Berserker, like, have a passive ability that is just like, you just can't die. Like, level 10, you pick this, and it's like, oh, you can't die. Period. It's just like, the game cannot kill you. It would maybe, you know, let's make it balanced. When you reach 0 HP, the game asks you, like, hey, do you want to die? And I mean, you can press yes. The option is there. Of course, you're not going to, but you could. Alright, I mean, let's get the medallions. I don't know what the last guy is. He's pretty speedy, but so are we, so I think we'll be fine. Let's go to the town square to hit that one up. Literally hit it up, because, you know, we gotta break it and all that. I do love the way this map was constructed. It's so cool looking. Let's see. Hey now. There we go. Quickly get on the move, because my man is not really up my ass. I thought he was going to be closer. Trying to think here. Oh, we haven't gone purple. We never went down to the sewers. That's right. You see, once you get these, I feel like you'll have them on lock for the rest of your life. It's kind of like learning to ride a bicycle, except there's not like a secret yellow one when you do the bicycle, you know, lessons with your grandma or mom. Like, I don't know who taught you to ride a bike. For me, kind of no one did, and then my grandmother tried, and then I apparently had like a horrible sense of balance and could never manage. And then one day, I think a friend of mine left like a bike in the yard, and on a whim, I like just got on it, went around in like 2 circles. You're kidding me that I can't like reach that. And like, I just knew how to ride a bike at that point. It was weird. It didn't make any sense, but that's how it happened with me. In my defense, though, in between trying to learn how to ride a bike and actually inadvertently riding a bike, I did get like a roller, like a scooter, and I ended up like, I don't know, just like screwing around with it, and I'm sure that actually improved my sense of balance. It's still not the greatest, I would say. Like, I could not become a fucking rope dancer or whatever the fuck those guys are called, but I mean, hey, at least, you know, we got the bicycle skill up to a certain point. This is, like, so jank, though. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be multiple gates, but it's just kind of weird looking, right? It looks like a visual bug. But that's, like, half the stuff in this game. I mean, you know, the flip side, yeah, we do get some armor. The flip side of, I mean, I was gonna complain, there's 2 Crovels there. Flip side of being a berserker with a really shitty armory is the fact that, you know, we can carry a lot of stuff from here at least. So, and I guess we can also test my other question, whether or not that stuff despawns once the next wave happens, because I've always been curious. I kind of just did it the first time for the achievement, and I never bothered to pick up a lot of stuff. I guess we could have picked up some other things. You and I both know that his battle axe. Like, come on now, let's not kid ourselves. We're men here. We are not mere boys. We are actual men, and we need a 10-kilogram battle axe that hits like a truck. Obviously, that's what men apparently do, or so I've been told. I mean, we can't pick up more than 1 SG-500, and there's apparently 3 of them here. We also can't carry a lot of stuff. Wait, so we picked up this stuff and it's back? Is it gonna continuously spawn? Because that's like really good, I feel like. This is one of those things where, again, you can kind of break the game with it, I guess, by having a support with, I mean, even a survivalist with the 20 carrying capacity would be dope. I mean, let's just check it out. Maybe it's one of those things where it respawns, like, one time, so that the stuff that you didn't get, you get. No, it's still there, bro. It's still glowing. That's actually amazing. I love the battle axe so fucking much, man. It's so sick. But yeah, last time I streamed, we just went super deep on fucking, like, Shoot His Blood and Teeth. Like, ridiculously got into that game, and, I mean, it's such a fun time. I'm probably actually gonna leave that one in the Steam schedule. Like, the stream schedule. Excuse me, I do be mixing up my words. But I'm probably gonna do multiple playthroughs, because we've only played the Flash Kit, and I want to see what some of the other, like, classes actually do. So that's going to be a fun time. But I didn't get to mention, because we were so enthralled by the game, some of the other plans that I've, like, thought about. So apparently, I think multiple toy companies, actually, make, like, a set of glasses that, kind of, you know, make you go into Australia mode. So you see stuff upside down. And the whole thing is, like, it's kind of a physical board game kind of thing that you can do with your family, with your friends. You can, like, sit down and do very basic tasks that apparently become incredibly difficult because, you know, your brain cannot comprehend that everything is not the way that you're used to it. Dude, the stalker is, like, actually fucking me up more there. The stalker animation, every time. I swear to God, if this game had like a way to track the damage that you take from the various types of enemies, you'd be surprised how much damage stalkers actually deal to players. It's, I think, probably the highest number in the game. It's ridiculous. And they used to be such a joke in Killing Floor 1. Literally no one cared about them. The fucking kicks and dodges that they do is incredible, actually. It's frustrating, more so, but hey. I guess they made them a legitimate threat. But yeah, so apparently, you know, seeing stuff upside down makes it really hard to do basic-ass stuff. And that makes doing that stuff really funny. So I'm thinking, I don't just want to do an IRL stream with that. In fact, I kind of don't want to do an IRL stream because it's what everybody does with that, and I feel like, you know, that's been done, has been done by people that are, frankly, just more entertaining than me, and that's okay. But I'm thinking, why not just go completely, like, bananas and actually do, like, a video game stream with those glasses on? Like, I'll probably need a bucket, and I'll need to have, like, a hotkey to turn off my camera in case I, like, actually throw up from motion sickness, which I think could very easily fucking happen, if I'm being absolutely honest, because you're seeing stuff upside down, and if it's this kind of game, like, you know, high-intensity stuff, I'm gonna lose my bearings all the time. I'll have no fucking idea where I'm at and where I'm going, so I'll need to, if I play something, like, actual action in terms of genre, then I'll need to play something that I'm, you know, I have a good muscle memory on and like a good knowledge of the maps, or at least play the maps that I'm very familiar with, because I think I'll need that knowledge. I'll need to have that in the back pocket to have any chance of basically succeeding. But I kind of want to do like a challenge stream where we at least, I would probably do Killing Floor, because it's the game I've played the most recently in like the last 2 years, I would say. I mean, Left 4 Dead 2 is still up there, obviously. I just like the horde shooters, I guess. But I would want to do like a stream where we settle in for like 3 to 4 hours, and we're just attempting to beat the game, like beat a single game of survival, maybe even on easy, with those glasses on, because frankly I think it's going to be rather difficult. And that's kind of the point, actually. Oh, dude, she dodged. I definitely didn't miss. She was just too good and she dodged. Don't slander me. I never miss. Dude, like this is a party, huh? Quite a bunch of pounds. What is this? The British Isles? I think they kind of are killing each other as well, though, which is always hilarious. Again, somehow the quarter pounds kill each other, but not the stalker that's right in the mix. Of course, that makes perfect sense. Why would you ever question that? Invisible ladies, impossible to defeat. It's just the hardest thing.
That's great. Keep it up.
So yeah, we might do a crazy upside down video game stream. Well, it would be upside down for me. I'm thinking if there would be a way, like any kind of way that we could set up the game capture with a hotkey, where I could maybe like do a toggle of what it looks like for me. But I guess the problem with that would be is unless you do it somehow strictly on the stream side of things, it would kind of be unfair, because every time I would press that, I would be able to just see the game regularly, right? Because if I upside down the actual game somehow, I don't even know how you would do that, to be honest. But it's definitely an interesting idea, I think. So I want to look more into that. And I mean, I need to order the weird, like, glasses / goggles that do that, but I think it would be really fun. Like I said, the big thing before we go into the whole, oh, dude, let me, like, with zero programming knowledge, make, like, fucking hotkey for upside downing the actual game footage somehow, some way. Before we do that, we need to figure out how to do a fucking hotkey for turning off my own webcam, which should be a lot easier, to be fair. And I need to get, like, a good, reliable bucket next to me, because, by God, I feel like that's going to be one of those streams where vomit is, like, there's a high chance of vomit. For sure. And, I mean, hey, that's okay. Some people vomit on stream. I'm sure it's fine, Copium. I'm sure John Twitch is okay with that. I mean, people do the darndest thing on this platform, right? Oh, dude, I missed. Her backhand. The pimp smack. There we go. Just get the parry. I want the parry at all times. We do have her in the final phase now, and I mean, she's just silly and standing still. She's going down. There you go. Another one bites the dust. Also, she's glitching the fuck out. Holy. Look at that. Like, just... Ooh. I think, that's a bad case of Ligma, isn't it? Like, that's the worst case. Oh my god. No, we need to... Let's not look at that. That looks fucked up. Like, that actually looks fucked up. No. I mean, you know, we're gonna be real original about it and just stay on Barnwich Town. Just do as much on this map as we can, because frankly, it's a good map. I like the little set dressing and all the dead bodies and stuff littered everywhere. But I know myself, and I'm probably not gonna play that much on this map once this event is done, because I usually don't do that. I like my favorite map is Ashwood Asylum to this day, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that it has a name that starts with A, so it's one of the first maps. In fact, it might be the first map that I ever played. We can do Commando, I think, on hard. This is kind of why I dialed it back to hard difficulty. I think we should have a good chance of actually getting through it here. Now, I don't know if I want to open the, like, elemental medallion doors every time. Like I said, I think it's worth doing every single time, to be fair. Like, in terms of income, it's kind of always worth doing. I just don't know if I want to do it with a perk like Commando that doesn't have, like, a move speed bonus. Gunslinger, though, I can kind of see it. You know, you do run a little faster with Gunslinger, I think. In fact, I'm fairly certain that you do. But yeah, we're just gonna go down the list of all the perks and have a good time, and after that we might do like a randomizer, basically. Get the old rolled dice out. Like we used to a couple days ago, a week ago. I don't even know, dude. What is time? What are time measurements? Chronological units. How do they work? I mean, this is kind of like the default game for me, apparently, now. This is just what I play when I'm like, I'm kind of strapped for ideas, let's do it, let's play some Killing Floor. And I think that's nice enough. It's good to have a game like that. I didn't actually anticipate that it would end up like this. But then, to be fair, it is the game that I sank like 500, at this point over 500 hours into over like the last 2 years, so I guess it kind of makes sense. And whether or not that's a lot of time to you depends on how big of a nerd you are. Like, that is not the most I've put into a game. It's not even close. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have almost as much, if not more, on some single-player games. But I mean, in my defense, one of those single-player games is Binding of Isaac Rebirth, and who doesn't have, like, 500 hours in that at this point? It's also a very old game, so it gets easier to rack up that time. I mean, I guess we just go bulp up, like we normally do on Second Wave. I kind of thought maybe we had a chance of going a little bit further, but kind of want armor too. Kind of want everything. Turns out I just want infinite money, infinite resources, infinite ammo, infinite health. And when I die, there's a little pop-up that's like, hey, you ran out of health. Do you want us to restore you back to 100 so that you can continue your rampage, or are you good with the consequences of your actions? And I would just be like, nope, take me back. Give me all my health back. It's fine. I didn't actually mean to die. What if real life works like that, but no one wants to press that button because, I don't know, people are worried that it will send out like an email to everyone that you know, saying like, yeah, you were too much of a pussy to actually die. Maybe that's like in the fine print, and therefore no one wants to do it. Everyone's like, fucking, I don't want like to explain to my family that like I died in a car accident, but I reloaded a save, essentially. I mean, technically that's like quantum entanglement, right? That's kind of the theory. It's basically safe scumming. At least I think there's a couple games that handle it that way, and I'm not actually a quantum physicist. Big, massive, like, actual reveal. We're not a quantum physicist stream. Very misleading, I know. I mean, I'm sorry for misleading you. The twit-longer apology is actually in the works, don't worry. I've been working day and night on it, but yeah, so, like, I couldn't explain quantum entanglement to you, other than it's like safe scumming in video games. And I don't know if that's correct. But it sounds correct to me, and that's gotta count for something, right? I can say it in a convincing voice, and you might believe me. And I think that's better than any edumacation about quantum physics. Although, I don't know, it's kind of a cool subject, so I can't really say that, like, if you know quantum physics, it's bad, because I think it's kind of sick to know that. Is that a Husk that I hear? It is like wave 2. They can spawn by now, right? It's insane that we haven't been hit by a Husk all this time. We've had a couple when we were doing the weekly, but they literally all missed. Oh, that is a Husk. Man, my ears. The ears do be on fire. Ear game strong, apparently. You're still, like, teleport spawning? How dare you? There's like 6 of you on the entire map. Oh, and you're actually alive? Once again, that's rude. Dude, how are we this lucky? Like, I actually swear to God. He didn't want to open his thing. Like, we have not been hit once by those guys, and it's not because I'm like paying any amount of attention to them. It's literally like there's 2 fucking enemies and he hits out of 2 possible targets. There's 3 of us on the whole fucking map. It's a hallway, and out of like 2 possible targets, it's a 50-50. It's like, I'm gonna hit the clot. I mean, when you consider that Husks, in terms of like fucking lore, are supposed to be the actual super soldier that, you know, they like Corzine wanted to sell basically as like their product. They're like, look at this cool shit that we have. It's like a clone dude with really good stamina and an actual fucking weapon arm. They can like learn tactics and shit. They're sick with it. When you consider that, but in reality they can't even fucking hit anybody, you're like, man, I can kind of see how the whole company went to shit after that. Like, I feel like I understand why Kevin kind of went like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna end the world. Like, no one wants to buy my shitty fucking super soldiers. Turns out they're shitty. This looks like an awful fucking area, and I'm only doing it for the XP. That's like saying no homo, though, when you're doing something clearly gay, which is okay, by the way. Like, being gay is totally fine. I'm just saying, like, don't say... I mean, you can say no homo as a joke, but when you're actually, like, being gay, don't say no homo. That's, like, false advertising, if anything. Just own it. Being cringe is cool these days, I think. That's my philosophy, at least. Bro, we're getting, like, literally bounced around. And I can't even, like, get through, because I'm being body blocked. Is this, like, the best body block they've ever done? I feel like that was. That bloat was perfectly fat enough to make it so that we could not pass through. Any other enemy, I feel like we could have, like, squeezed by, but not that one. Thankfully, I mean, they also dealt a ton of damage to each other. I mean, after a beating like that, do I go back? Do I go back for more to that location? I feel like I have to. I want the XP and stuff. Let's just be careful not to get grabbed, and I think we'll be fine. I don't want to go that way, though, because we'll get screwed over. We do have to, like, fight some stuff. Again, I think I'm okay getting hit and getting vomited on, because we'll have, you know, our needle back online in a sec. There we go. The thing is, in this game, you just don't have to panic. But that's true for real life as well. You get into a shitty situation, half the time, you just panic, and that's where you actually fuck up. Maybe it's not even that bad of a situation, but turns out when you're not thinking clearly, it becomes so much worse. Also, you came out of my butt, right? You had to have come out of my butt, because there's no one there. And you can't just spawn in that vent. You had to, like, just come out of my anus somehow, without me noticing. That is the only explanation that I'm willing to accept. We have 6 guys left? Is it even possible to get this at this point? I guess it doesn't hurt to try. Can we get another Z time? Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna do that much, turns out. It's gonna do a little. It's doing a tiny bit. Yeah, we gotta heal, though. I think if we would get him in the zone, we would actually have it. You know what? Let's be smart about it. Get the knife out. And just run faster. See his ghost strats, boys.
I hate strikes.
Okay, I mean, that grenade was a waste, but hey, I feel like we got the zone, and that's worth something. Kind of a struggle, like, that wave was rough, but again, I didn't want to be in that spot. Turns out, maybe for good reason. The pod is very, very far away. But I mean, I could have checked that, but it doesn't matter, because we would have been in that zone anyway, if we wanted to do it, so it doesn't really change anything. But yeah, kind of happy that this is like the 3rd stream of the week. Been having fun. I don't know if I'll do more, because I have like a ton of stuff that I still would like to do. Let's not buy ammo for a gun that we legitimately don't need. I wish we had 11 more, so that we could just get the grenade rifle, but apparently we cannot have nice things. Is this spot good as commando? I'm kind of having second thoughts because everything is so close. But I mean, that's kind of a feature on this map, I feel like. I don't think our grenades are going to be, well, the actual underslung grenade launcher, I don't think it's going to be as useful as it often is. Because, like, look at this stuff. Unless I'm shooting it, like, down this way. In fact, let me do a visual aid right there. So if I'm doing that, it works pretty nice. But I feel like a lot of other stuff just doesn't work particularly well. Although, when they knock me back, it's a little bit helpful. Early quarter pounds are not so bad, honestly. I feel like this would be a lot more rough, like, later. Okay, I mean, we're doing a fight and retreat, and that's okay. Still kind of want to be in this location, though. So I don't want to abandon it completely. Oh, dude. And we still, like, don't get hit. How? How does that fucking happen? I deserve to get hit. I deserve to get hit by that. Like, come on now. That doesn't even fucking make sense. I'm actually within arm's reach. And my man is just like, nah, I'm not gonna hit. I feel like the Husks aiming, like, algorithm was tinkered with. Somehow. That's the only explanation that I'm willing to accept for this one, because normally they're just so dead on, bro. I'm at this point just complaining about having good luck, basically. This is what we have devolved into. Okay, I mean, that was a deliberate dodge on my part, but still, come on, man. Like, step it up. Step it up, sniper. I'm not even gonna call out the missed shots anymore. It's just becoming embarrassing at this point for the both of us. We have to stop missing like this. I couldn't jump on his head. I really wanted to, though. It would have been cool. You know what? Let's end this. End the misery. We cannot end the misery because he's too good at corners. And we didn't set the Scrake off. Interesting. I thought the splash damage would get him going, get him amped up. Let's see, what else do we got? This probably a bloat. No, there is no bloat. That's the secret. There is no bloat. I mean, the smart play would be to make the most out of Z time. Technically, it doesn't make much of a difference because we're like level 13. So we don't yet have the I have infinite DPS Z time thing. It's quite cool when you do, but we're not there yet. We do have essentially infinite money, which is sick. And I would like the actual grenade rifle because, again, it's cool. And it also means that it's going to be very hard to die. Kind of wish I didn't buy armor, if I'm honest. But it's kind of stupid to say that when we fucking have like 2k in our pocket. And I feel like we can do an upgrade. Maybe. We can. I will, in fact, do an upgrade. I was thinking about maybe picking up a second, like buying another one of these guns just to have on the floor. But I don't know. I usually do that because it's like, you know, supposedly the best way to use your money. And I do think it's a good strat to begin with. But I never end up using the other gun. So, I don't know. I either just die to the boss like 10% of the time, and the other 90 I'm kind of good with whatever resources I have on me.
Pod's closed. Go make a difference.
Okay, who are we gonna get? It's King Fleshpound. I mean, grenades are good against him. At least we got that going. He's gonna be in our face, though, so we won't get much of a chance to use them. But in theory, oh, and we do have free armor, which is really cool. I wish we would have gotten the kill on him. Okay. I mean, we got the kill in the end. You know what? This was all part of the plan, getting hit that much, because now we have a reason to pick up the free armor, Copium. I did that deliberately, clearly. Clearly, it's not because I suck at this game and I cannot into doorways. No, that was all part of my master plan. Hashtag just according to Keikaku. Editor's note, that's Japanese for plan, by the way. I mean, look, this is a cluster. Let's say it how it is. We have unexploded grenades. We have men just jumping up the stairs. Also, they can't go through doors that well, so I don't even feel that embarrassed. Just a little bit embarrassed, I'll have you know. The tiniest bit of embarrassment. You know what would make this game even better? If they added Call of Duty style hit markers. That's a joke, by the way. Please don't cancel me. Killing Floor 2 community, like the 4 people that still play this game, please don't come to my house and try to murder me in Minecraft. I don't even know why I'm not just fighting, to be honest. Like, I'm acting like this is incredibly difficult when it's not that bad. I mean, I'm making more of a mess of it than I should, to be fair. No, it hit me. I want you to hit me. Okay, maybe that was a bad idea. A little too close on that grenade. He cannot into corners still. That's his secret, Doc. He cannot ever into corners. We're about to get like a quarter pound up the butt though. They always come from behind. Dude, he actually got it around the corner. He can't get around the corner himself, but that's why he's got the laser. I feel like maybe we'd be better off just like actually shooting the shield instead of like relying on the grenades. I mean, this isn't good. Ooh, you almost got me. But you cannot have this. The pathing on this map is so weird though. Sometimes they do the darndest thing. They like turn around, walk around a little bit. Where did the quarter pound go, by the way? There was one. Did he kill it? Maybe he did. No, it's just very slow quarter pound. Okay, I thought that one wouldn't explode, but hey, apparently... You know what? Actually hit me. And I would like some health. I would like a little bit more health, in fact. Is that free armor? I mean, you know what? Let's do this in style. You see, I didn't even get hit. Clearly, you can see the numbers don't lie in the corner. I got 100 armor and 100 health. Like, just flawless the boss on hard mode. Easy. Get good. I mean, hey, we made a right mess of that, but it was okay. It was fun. And I mean, the thing is, I'm not a really good commando. That's the actual secret, that I don't do well as this perk. But I do like playing it because, you know, when you do well with it, it's pretty neat. And I mean, when you get to level 25 and you have all your overlapping buffs, basically, it's crazy and it's so useful for the team. But yeah, imagine having a team to play with. Omega Lul. Imagine having friends. Imagine having a community of people that you play games with. Like, wow. That's cool, bro. That's a cool from me. Sadly, it's true. That's not actually cringe. I can't even say that. But on the flip side, we do only need 3 more bosses to be killed. Support, you'd think, based on Prestige rank 5, max level, that I'm good with this perk, but I am not. So if anything is gonna end poorly, it's this. I hate the SG-500 with a burning passion. I do not think that it's a good weapon. I could probably write an 8,000 character, well, not even character, but an 8,000 word essay about how support mechanically doesn't fucking make sense. Because if the perk is all about giving ammo and armor to your team, and you give yourself none of those benefits, like, how does that work? You're telling me I have enough armor and ammo for 5 people in my backpack, but I can't take some for myself? I'm not saying I want to use all 5 sets. I'm not saying, like, give me 150 fucking armor and, I don't know, like, infinite ammo, but, like, can I at least press a button? Like, can I put down an ammo box, like, Battlefield style? Is that too much to ask? Like, come on, dude. Just let me get something for playing this perk. Other than, like, carrying capacity. That's boring as shit. I say that now, but it enables some crazy loadouts, so to be honest, we're just complaining for the sake of complaining. But yeah, like, there is, from my perspective, a laundry list of issues with this perk in particular. It doesn't make it unplayable, and to be honest, the biggest issue with it, and this is one that you either can live with or maybe you can't. I can, but I don't like living with it. We cannot actually, are you kidding me? We can't afford a different gun. Like, that's just awful. But we will actually afford a different gun. You cannot make me be stuck with that shit. I refuse. I will get a double-barrel boomstick. But yeah, essentially, like, in Killing Floor, it comes down to there's actually only 2 perks, really. If you really just take it down, you know, to the bone, you just, like, simplify everything to its base components, then you got Chaos perks, like, just in general, Chaos perk as a concept, and you got Precision perk as a concept. And there is some overlap, obviously, depending on the loadout that you use, but at the end of the day, it turns out, basically, those are the 2 playstyles. They sometimes borrow some mechanics, like Berserker is a Chaos perk, but for ideal DPS, you do have to have some precision, especially for the big sets. For the small stuff, it often doesn't matter, but for the big stuff, the headshots, especially if you take Smash, which I still think you probably should. I think it's been adjusted slightly, but it's still really good, and I don't see why you wouldn't take it. Like, you do need some amount of precision, basically. And essentially, the main difference is, do you have to click on head or not? That's basically the thing that separates the Chaos perks from Precision perks. And the thing is, clicking on heads is really fun. I mean, every game does it, and it's very fulfilling. You know, you get the boom headshot, like FPS Doug. You get that nice hit of dopamine. You feel like a pro gamer. It's great, but it's a little stressful when there's like 37 guys trying to eat you alive. Turns out that's a little bit nasty. So I feel like, at least for me, even though I've played quite a bit of FPS games in my time, I don't like the precision perks that much because I find them like a little bit more stressful than the chaos perks. Because with the chaos perks, you're just having fun. I mean, for fuck's sake, half of Firebug is just shoot the ground. You're not even shooting the people, you're shooting the ground, like, half the time. You're just setting the entire map on fire. Like, Demolitionist is just like, are they anywhere near your projectile? Good, you've successfully killed 14 people. Like, amazing job. You looked in the direction of the enemy and pressed the mouse button. Great job. And that's okay. Like, I think it's great that you have those perks. It's just that it's weird for them to coexist. It's weird for these two playstyles to coexist in the same game. And it's one of the issues, right, where essentially the variations of precision perk just change what weapon you're using, but they don't change the core gameplay loop, basically. So, and I feel like, you know, this is probably, like, really disingenuous and really, like, brutally simplistic, but I do kind of stand by it. Essentially, you got Sharpshooter as, I would say, the ultimate precision perk, because you kind of have to do headshots on everything, even the small stuff, because your ammo count is generally so low that you want to one-shot everything. There are some things you cannot one-shot, and obviously a lot depends on the weapons that you're using, but you're always gunning for headshots, and the whole perk is from the ground up built so that you can do that. But when you miss, it's extremely frustrating, and you're very fragile. And basically, you have those as, like, sliders for the other, like, sliders that you can mess around with, kind of like in a character creator. If you're thinking about, like, the perks as, you know, characters that you could create in a game like Skyrim or something. And basically what happens is you move some values around, and that's how you get the other precision perks. And one of the values is also, like, what gun you have. So obviously Sharpshooter is generally sniper rifles. Whether that's, like, bolt action or magazine, like, different caliber, it doesn't matter, it's snipers. It's all generally guns with scopes most of the time, high, you know, single shot, like, hit scan damage, basically. And that's, like, totally okay as a concept. Like, you know, that's a sniper. Again, every game does it because it's fulfilling, and a lot of people are into that shit. It's just that past a certain point it can get a little frustrating, and also this game has a bunch of other variations of that, essentially. Because turns out, support is just sniper with a shotgun, basically. Because you still, for best results, absolutely need to focus on headshots. Because as we've established, you don't get the same amount of ammo that you give to all the other people on the team. And therefore, your shots are also rather valuable, as it turns out, so you want to make the most of them. And at that point, if you have the possibility of killing something with the lowest amount of resources expended, then you're going to have to do it. And that's fine, but again, a little weird when... That's another Husk miss, by the way. Like, I didn't want to call it out, but still, we've not been hit by that. Just as a heads up for anybody counting. Moving on, though. Essentially what happens is you have this weird game of like all these precision perks, because you also have Gunslinger, which kind of does it with pistols. Well, not kind of, it actually does it with pistols. Some builds of Gunslinger don't, I'll concede that point, obviously. You have projectile-based weapons too, which you can still get headshots with, by the way. It's just that they're also powerful enough that oftentimes you don't have to actually bother. But basically you got support, sharpshooter, gunslinger, commando, and SWAT, which are just variations of the precision perk. The difference is what caliber gun and what type of gun they have, and how fragile or how tanky they are, basically. They also mess around with the movement speed a fair bit. Like, some of the perks, like Gunslinger, have a very hard time getting caught out of position, basically. We're gonna get the blunderbuss, and we might get some ammo for it, and this is kind of where we blurred the lines, by the way. This is where I destroy my own argument, after I just established that actually support is just sharpshooter with extra steps, and by extra steps I mean shotguns, by the way, but turns out you do have a grenade launcher, so I guess my own argument is invalid. But this is kind of what I mean, that as the game like went on, they blurred those lines a bunch. Like, sometimes, you know, borrowing a mechanic is like, hey, what if perks other than the medic could heal in like a relatively high capacity? And you're like, oh, so you're saying that, you know, we make some of the medic SMGs and stuff like Crossbow, that's cool. You know, that gives like SWAT and potentially Commando like an off medic role, that's neat. And then you go like, okay, but like, what if we took the mechanic of highly damaging explosive shots with massive AoEs and like tremendous knockback power from Demolitionist and just gave it to, I don't know, support. And you're like, I feel like that's not the same thing as I can heal a little bit. Like I don't want to, you know, call it out, but I feel like there's a fair bit of fucking difference right there, because one of those things is like, oh, cool, that's useful for the team, and it adds to, you know, your core gameplay experience. And then the other is just like, oh, you're an AoE chaos perk now. Like you just basically fucking respec your entire character build. I mean, it's great, as you can see. It's a lot more fun than going like herder, shoot head with shotgun. Shooting heads with shotguns is still fun. It's just one of those things, man, where, I don't know, I wish video game shotguns were completely fucking ridiculous. Kind of like the Doom 2 Super Shotgun. We've done it before, boys. It's not actually rocket science. And you could just shoot people anywhere and they just die from it. But I know that's, like, saying that even is just blasphemy, because, you know, even the Doom 2 shotgun, at least with all the, like, Brutal Doom and a bunch of other mods, turns out you still gotta get headshots. And boomer shooters in general have basically just went like, yeah, like, you have to be precise. You have to have, like, a skill element. And I guess it makes sense you would do that. It adds more to the game than just see enemy pull trigger. So, like, it's reasonable, but I don't have to like it, is what I'm saying. I think he just killed the Siren right there. Oh, I didn't want to, like, do that. I'm not gonna take him down with the pistol. Although, while we're talking, you know, kind of game sense and numbers and people that checked the Killing Floor 2 giant, not Wikipedia page, but it does have a pretty good official wiki. But the infamous Killing Floor 2 spreadsheet, actually, flesh pounds, I believe, don't actually lessen the damage that they take from pistols. It's one of the only weapon types that actually deals regular damage to them. I'll have you know, which incidentally makes Gunslinger like ridiculously good, just in general. Turns out that's really powerful. I mean, we need to sell that, obviously. I want the blunderbuss to be as powerful as humanly possible, and then we can also get this. Now, there's an argument to be had for taking a third gun, especially when you have 20 carrying capacity. But turns out we're not here to make good decisions. We're here to make fun decisions. And part of the fun is not playing the perk that you're actually supposed to be playing, kind of. But yeah, I feel like I have this rant like every other time I play this game, if I'm honest. So, you know, I'll be here all night, but at a certain point I'll just like clip it and have a command for it once I set up a bot. Oh no, he took 2 of my armor down. I didn't want to pick that up, actually. I didn't. You know what? Let's like bait him around this corner. This is the thing with the blunderbuss. It deals critical damage if you hit people in the head or in like their crit spots. So with Kevin, it's rather easy because you can just hit him in the shoulder. It deals a ton of damage, and then the explosion also happens right after. So you can just like really dump bosses like fairly easily. And obviously this is just hard difficulty. It's not really that difficult. We're max level, kind of over levels for this, but hey, my excuse is that I'm not particularly like good with support either. I'm just okay with it. We're going to be very original and just run it back on the same map once again, but we will be changing perks, and I will hydrate. I'm definitely more of a chaos perk guy, though, is kind of what I'm getting at. Incidentally, medic, I feel like, is... Perhaps it didn't start off as a chaos perk, but it definitely is essentially a chaos perk. Now, you might be thinking, if you know anything about this game, like, hey, why aren't you changing all your perks to play combat medic? And to that I say, that is weakness. You don't need combat medic. You don't need anything, actually. Medic is really strong, even with the healing focus abilities. I mean, you do miss your tankiness, because normally the thing that makes medic like so incredibly powerful is if you have someone to heal, you like basically cannot die. But there's so many like other mechanics, such as this one, the heal cloud, incidentally. It gets you out of a jam almost instantly. So it's really, really good. The one downside with medic is this wave 1 experience. Like, you have, for all intents and purposes, a shittier 9mm pistol. That's just bad. That's not particularly inspiring. But when you're playing with a team, again, you're fucking incredibly useful. You make everybody better just by virtue of existing. So that's like really good. And I mean, with a good team, Medic kind of runs the whole business, I feel like. Well-played Medic will just carry the entire team, basically. Depends on the loadout as well. Like, I would say take the Incision every time. You can't, like, really go wrong with it. I was gonna say, like, I would like to dodge that, if at all possible. Because the Incision fix is, like, the one issue of the chaos kind of nature of the perk, which is, oh no, it's a big Zed, like, I can't deal with it. And it turns out you can have a railgun, which kind of fixes that problem pretty neatly. Now, this is gonna be the issue, though, that we don't have enough for the heal thrower. We didn't get, like, a gun spawn, and I don't think there was anything. We can kind of explore, and we do give ourselves a little bit extra movement speed because of the benefits that we kept. But we didn't get, like, a spawn. No, that's fine. Let's just get the Scalpel out and pick up something, essentially. We might get, like, a poopy SMG and pretend to play SWAT, basically. And still maybe be a little bit better than a SWAT. I'm sorry for any SWAT players, dude. Just in general, but also because they're, for some reason, my punching bag forever. Do we really need... I guess I'll get, like, a little bit extra. I don't want to, like, spend all my money on ammo for a shitty gun. I also don't want to be, like, anywhere on this part of the map, but I don't really think we have much of a choice anymore, turns out, because we don't want to go into the murder hallways anymore. Yeah, I don't want to go down there, dude. If they, like, spawn behind and everywhere, we're just, like, so screwed. The biggest downside of this weapon is the firing sound. That's like the actual, like, debuff of this gun. You have to listen to it when you fire it, and that's honestly pretty bad. Like, it sounds like a toy. Like, listen to this. Especially in Z time, it's like a fucking synthesizer or something, right? It's weird. It does not sound like a gun. What if this is actually just a musical instrument that we pretend? The Husk missed. I just want it to be on the record. I just want it to be known. It keeps happening. I don't know. I don't know what I did, but they cannot hit me. One of these days, man. One of these days. Again, like, I can't kill them because I suck, but at the same time, they also can't kill me, apparently. I don't even know what happened there and how he never got to fire, but I will not be asking questions. He kind of, like, did a surfy surf on all the other Zeds. You know what? Let's like, punch it. We should definitely be able to get the amazing weapon that is the heal thrower. But let's go faster. Because she said, speed up, I want to go faster. And then I outlast her. And that's basically it. That's the story. It's also just some lyrics. And it's kind of butchered. I think there's a couple other parts in there. But they did escape me right then.
Now spend it.
No, I'm not willing to go incision only. We owe it to ourselves to make this as easy and just brainless as humanly possible, because you could never ever be challenged by video games that might make some kind of impression on your character, that might cause you to become a better, like, player / human being. And I mean, I can't have that. Self-improvement? Imagine self-improving, dude. That's so cringe.
Go kill some Zeds.
We just hate ourselves here and then complain about things not getting better, even though we don't do anything to make them better. Like, come on now. You've been alive the last couple of years? That's the way we do it. But yeah, so this is the gun that single-handedly makes this perk a chaos perk. Like, just, you don't even have to aim. It makes it extremely difficult for anybody else, by the way, on your team to even attempt to shoot heads. Because it turns out when an enemy is fucking, like, tap dancing because they've been poisoned, it's kind of hard to pop their head off. Unless you're swamped. Like, that's the one thing. Full auto weapons, I was gonna say that's an Edar. I was gonna call out a Husk, but let's not. Let's not. Edars are a different breed. Hate them very much, by the way. But yeah, that's like the one other thing that I didn't get to mention in my previous rant, that the biggest thing, not just from a mechanical perspective, that these perks are so different in terms of the way they operate, is more so that they're kind of counterintuitive on the team itself. Because you don't want to set the world on fire. You just want to start a flame in my heart. No. But for real, you don't want to set a big Zed on fire or poison them and cause them to panic, because it becomes so much more difficult to do a takedown as like a precision perk. So it's one of those things where you existing as like a heal thrower, like medic, I would, well, freeze thrower is a little different, obviously. My man is just on the ground. He's been knocked. Apparently the Edar is the one who knocks. But yeah, essentially you just make it harder for other people on your team to do their job. And that can be a little rough, obviously. Now, poisoning an Edar, like a robot, you might say, is not the way to go, but to that I quote Cave Johnson at you and say science isn't about why, it's about why not. And I mean, why not poison a robot? What could go wrong? You don't know. Maybe this thing also shoots malware. Maybe it, like, I don't know, fucking puts all sorts of viruses on their computer brain. You don't know these things. I don't know these things. But that's the thing. What if it worked like that? That could be an interesting weapon, though, actually. Maybe like a hacking-based weapon of some kind. Just watch them add it in, like, the next update. And then I'll write, like, an angry letter. Dear Tripwire, if that is, in fact, your name, I am writing to let you know that I will be pursuing legal action because you stole my idea for the Hackertron 78,000. My lawyers are limbering up as we speak, so I advise you to tread lightly. I don't know. Look, we might have to workshop that letter. We might have to, like, think it through. Let's you know, write it out, get a night's rest, and come back freshened up in the morning, take a look, and if we think it's good, then, you know, I'll hit send on it, but maybe wait until they actually release the gun as well. I think that might be a good idea. If I want to threaten them with stealing my idea, let's wait until they actually steal my idea. I think that's like a good step 0. You see, we're figuring things out here. Sometimes, if you only have 2 brain cells like me, you gotta do some mad teamwork with those 2 brain cells. You gotta, like, get them on a team building exercise, on a boost cruise, and then once they know how to cooperate, you'll basically be bound for greatness. And that's where we're headed. The team building exercise, it's just headed for greatness. Not the concept of greatness, but the town of greatness in Alaska. Population 47, by the way, and declining, if you were really curious, but we don't talk about that part. But yeah, it's 47 old people. They have a single convenience store, by the way, and nothing else. And, like, 1 fishmonger, because it used to be a fishing town. And, like, that's it. We have the incision. Why are we, like, screwing around with this? I could like aim down the sight, but that's cowardly. And it's way cooler when you get, you know, the hip fire, like, headshots and such. You're EMP'd, by the way, so how dare you attack me? He's also poisoned now from the bloat. Did we also, I thought we maybe, like, collided the bloat. I like how I complain about not aiming down sights, and I do it for, like, the smallest little enemies. But not the actual mini-bosses. It's like, no, you don't understand. I gotta show you my gamer E-penis with the mini-bosses. But when it comes to, like, random bloat, like, oh no, let me zoom in. They only have, like, the 2nd biggest head in the game. Lord knows I can't possibly hit that. But yeah, this is one of those, you know, full-on loadouts, no upgrades. It's also kind of weird having 2 HRGs, but I kind of think it might not be the best medic loadout, I'll say that much, but I really like it. And look, I'm not gonna say it's the best, but I am gonna imply it. It's pretty fucking good. Like, let's not kid ourselves here. You can heal the whole team in, like, the span of 2 seconds, and you have more healing darts, like, in this. You also have healing darts in this. You can use the healing darts in the incision to actually kill enemies. You just gotta shoot them in the head, because this is killing floor. Click on heads, floor, to the game. That was a bad one. Wow. Let's ignore that one and pretend that never happened. But yeah, you can very easily do your job as a medic with this particular loadout. And it does fix your one issue of fighting bosses. Now, incidentally, against this lady, I think, even though, like, wasting all the incision you know, like railgun slugs that we have on the armor phase feels kind of silly. I think it's better the barrel is like our best friend at this point. Ah, yes, the wood is also all wood is friend, except that one apparently. Screw you. You didn't protect me in my time of need, therefore you're useless to me. No, you, I love you. I take it all back. You're great. You're the best to ever do it. Sometimes this game is so silly, man. And again, the barrel. The barrel is actually going to be the MVP. High level, big impact gameplay. Dodge a plasma beam by hiding behind a barrel. Forehead. You see, it's easy. You just gotta bounce the plasma, the wave of plasma, the actual beam. Just bounce it off of the wood texture. You see, the thing is, the wood grain, it has these not so microscopic, but perhaps macroscopic little grooves in it, and it makes it so that there's no other way for the laser to go but into the groove, and then it bounces back, and therefore it cannot hit you. It's very scientific. I wouldn't expect you to understand. It's quite complex. I mean, she was kind of clever with it there, but not clever enough. Oh man, it would have been great if we got even the lightning. I feel bad about that miss, but at the same time, I don't care enough to really discuss it with anybody. I mean, look, this is the part where it's like, normally you might shoot the gun out of her hand to stop her from doing this crap, but I don't want to do that, because the thing is, they made this boss kind of redundant in that sense, where you can just, like, completely focus on her actual head, because at half health, she, like, loses all shooting capability. Wooden beam to the rescue. And that's just her close range attack. That can be annoying if you're, like, really close. Yeah, I'm not gonna get hit by that lady. You gotta get up a little bit earlier than that. Once again, you see, you can actually see the wood grain bouncing the plasma if you look closely enough. If you're not on a source quality, I wouldn't expect you to see it though. I mean, we're shit talking so much for basically not even having killed the boss in, like, I don't know, 3 minutes. So I don't even know why I'm acting like I'm hot shit. I'm really not. Oh no, I am losing health. Oh wait, I'm a medic. I can just get back, like, all of my health, and also buff my own damage, and my movement speed, and my durability, and yeah, apparently just everything. Like, I just do it all, baby. Now, this is the thing, what I just did there. You didn't see the action cam, but I was holding the mouse button down. You don't do that, by the way, with flamethrower weapons. Big pro tip. Do like that, like tap fire. Because it's actually better for your ammo reserves. All the little, like, thrower type weapons have this thing where, like, after you click, they, I think, have a third of a second where they still deal damage, but they don't consume ammo. But if you're, you know, actually, like, mag dumping, if you don't mind the terminology, with these type of weapons, you don't get that. So you're just going to be wasting your ammo, basically. You could get free DPS, and that's quite good in this economy, at least. But yeah, easy medic games. But that's kind of redundant. Turns out, medic game in ancient Chinese actually just means easy game. What a coincidence, wouldn't you say? Let's switch perk. I mean, it just gets better and better. We're gonna have some awful things happen down here, but, you know, that's for future us. Hey, cheesing out the 9th edition cover rules? Oh, no, I haven't even... Well, by the way, welcome in, Ren. No, I haven't even looked at anything today, man. I just, like, did my stuff at home, and I didn't see anything. But I assume, you know, they posted some stuff. If there were leaks, I assume Warcom probably, like, released some stuff anyway. Oh yeah, the barrel play? Yeah, that's the official name for it. We're very scientific here. But yeah, we're just going down the list of perks right now and killing bosses, trying to finish off the Halloween event. As if, I don't know, we didn't have enough time in the world to get all the stuff. But yeah, I'll probably check it out still tonight, once I'm done, like, streaming. We kind of knew that, like, a new edition for 40k was coming out, right? Like, it was in the chamber, essentially. There's an open secret.
Poisoned you.
We're getting so many nukes. It's crazy. Kind of wish I had the AoE bonus for that one. But then I think back to all the times I shoot a boss and it dies in like 2 shots, and you're like, actually, all damage is fine. You know what? It's okay. Just having, I don't know, 700 extra % damage, that's okay. That's fine. Seems reasonable. But yeah, I'm actually probably gonna message you and maybe the group that we're in about some stuff with the local like club stuff. We got some actual good news, but I don't want to go into it right here because it's just like for us, I guess, basically. But yeah, we got some stuff happening. I guess I'll get a dynamite. I could get more, but I don't want to get more. They kind of need to fix the visual glitches, man, on this map. The worst part is, I have a feeling that the map that's just available from like the community members probably don't have the visual glitches at all, and it's just the implemented version of it into the main game that has that. I mean, they did that with Elysium, where I think there were a couple like performance issues with that map when they officially added it, and I think they had an actual crash that you could reproduce like guaranteed for like a week if you did a certain sequence of actions on one of the maps that you get teleported to. I think the earliest you could do it is like wave 2, but it was essentially a guaranteed crash every time. And you could totally grief like the server with it, by the way, because it actually crashed the server. Like it crashed the entire server that you were on. And the most fucked up part about that is that that was only on the official version of the map. The version of the map that like the people actually made didn't have that issue. I just gotta think, like, how did they fuck that one up? Like, you didn't have that issue. The guy made the map properly, and you're just like, hey, I'm gonna add, like, a game-ending bug, dude. We do a little trolling. I can just imagine, like, the Saber Interactive developers, like, we do a little trolling. Let's just add that. You know, like, what if on wave 34, someone was just like, hey, I don't feel like playing the game anymore, but I don't just want to throw. So let's just go into the swamp and, like, I don't know, drop 2 grenades, do a 360, and, like, shoot the moon in the sky, and then it crashes the game. It wasn't that, by the way. I don't remember what the fuck it was by now. And, I mean, to be fair, they fixed it, like, very early on as well. It was in the game for a week, so. But it's still funny. And we can still, you know, laugh about it and kind of at the developers. You should always have the option to laugh at the developers. Imagine developing like virtual media that is completely interactive and has a lot of moving parts. Like, pff, that's pretty cringe, bro. Like, what are you, a nerd? To imagine fucking programming all this stuff. Like, wow, what a nerd. Said the nerd to the other nerds. They hated him because he was also a nerd. I mean, alrighty, let's actually get the Kabumi stick. I don't know why I pretended like I was thinking about it there, but yeah, no, it's the Kabumi stick. I don't feel like actually like ending the trader time earlier.
I'm about to shut the pod.
Oh no, I missed a call on Messenger. Well, that'll happen. Turns out that just means that my mute setting is working. That's deliberate. Not a bug, but a feature. We have fun here. Sometimes. This tree still freaks me the fuck out, by the way, with like the souls being sent to heaven. Ooh, I feel bad for that, man. That's a rough one. It's a rough one, kid. But that'll happen. That's why you don't play with nukes. You'll poke an eye out, I guess. You poke everybody's eye out in, I want to say, like a 60-kilometer radius, which is pretty fucked up. It's wonderful. I mean, the fact that it has no self-damage is chef's kiss. It's just the best. Beats the rest, like the banana phone. Oh man, we didn't have another nuclear shell loaded. You hate to see it. But yeah. Oh no, it's a flesh bound. Well, he's dead. Turns out, he's just dead. He didn't make it. Look at the amazing dodge. Oh my god, he's so good with it. He's crazy. He's cracked.
Come see me. The pod's safely open.
Okay, let's just go and pick up our RPG 7, which I think we might even get a chance to use. I was gonna say I will never use it, but to be fair, I like using it, so we'll find an excuse. We'll figure it out, and it'll be glorious in some capacity. It'll have a hint of glory, just like little flicks of glory on top. Just sprinkle them on there. I like how I talk so much about how important it is to do the event stuff every time on this map, and I've, like, not done it 4 times now. I'm just like, no, fuck that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I might do that with some of the other perks that are coming up. The ones that I'm worse at, and the ones that are just actually bad, such as SWAT. Yeah, that's the punching bag. We've made it the punching bag. I think that's our thing now. It's fine. You know, I think the SWAT body armor can take the abuse that we give it. Big jumpy. Oh, we got the nuke. Sick. Come on, boy. There you go. That was fun. I hope it was also enjoyable for them. Was it good for you, Quarter Pound? Kaboom Stick is so good, man. Yeah, put sock in it. You got so much ammo, like, literal across this map. I don't even feel bad about double shotting, but it's not, like, absolutely necessary. Just head empty, shoot every time. Did we get hit by... I can't tell. Are we on fire? I don't think we got hit by that Husk again, by the way. There's 2 of them now, and we have continued to not get hit. I don't know how it keeps happening, but it just keeps happening. Literally untouchable when it comes to Husks. I wish that was a nuke, though. You know, I'm insatiable. Oh, that was everything? Kinda? That was actually everything there. Be gone, foul beast. He said to the clot. He said to the approaching clot that was just like, excuse me, sir. I was thinking I would attempt to eat you if it would not inconvenience you. The virgin clot versus the Chad flesh pound. The flesh pound just charges you. Does not ask for consent. I mean, that's not really Chad, though, if we're being honest, but it makes for a funny meme. So let's go with it anyway. I think you can say awful things as long as they're humorous. That's my alignment in D&D. It's called chaotic awful. And I mean, it's pretty spot on, I would say, for me. I am pretty awful. The chaotic, it's debatable. Maybe I'm awful chaotic. I don't know if, like, the order matters so much. Yeah, I'm not gonna wait 27 seconds. Like, imagine waiting 27 seconds. Wow. Wow. Oh, wait, it's Kevin.
What have you done?
So I kind of feel like if we want to be tactical with it, we would do Kaboomy Stick to lead it with. And then we would do the barrel, of course. The barrel MVP, absolutely. Like, the greatest barrel to ever exist. Once again, the barrel. Say hello to my little friend. It's just a barrel. Ah, I thought we would nail him there. You know what? That's fine. But I was gonna say, like, that's the way we're gonna do it. I think going forward, we'll start it off with the Kaboom Stick. Probably double shot as much as possible because there's so much ammo littered all across this map. And we'll basically, like, follow it up with some RPG goodness. Well, if he's coming through there, I feel like we'll have a little bit of an indication. He'll take the poison damage. Oh, there he is. There's a good friend, Kevin. Yo, you've been doing okay, Kevin, lately? You've been doing good? Like, how's your mental state? Oh no, he's got a rocket. Hey, let's put that there. I feel like that's a good idea. I mean, yep, don't run in a straight line, turns out. And that's the last boss that we needed. Did we stop? Fuck no. Like, hey, we got the wonderfulness that is the event done. Oh, you're not dead. I mean, you can't grab me, so at least there's that. Also, they're invincible. Apparently invincible. Oh no. I mean, I'm invincible, and so are they. Let's go to the home menu. At least they didn't grab us, so we don't have that, like, little bug. I didn't even check what this gives us. The Plague Doctor backpack. Let's go to inventory. Does it exist? I don't see it. Question mark? Oh no, it exists. I lied to you. It definitely does exist. Let's put it on, I guess. You know, let's pretend. Let's pretend that we want it. Okay, this is like our other backpack. Where is this thing? Too much awful shit. Precious. Horzine. I mean, it's okay. You know what? If we want to play Fashion Souls, then we need to switch to the Hero of Stalingrad, Battle Hardened, because it goes better. And then I guess we would get a better, more believable helmet. Like, slightly more believable. I feel like that's like... See, this is... that now we're actually fashionable. Look at the drip. This actually makes sense. My god. My god, what an outfit. If only it did anything. So next up is going to be Gunslinger, because we're skipping Firebug right over, by the way. We can do some more survival just here. Gunslinger should be a-okay, because you can basically just get away with anything with that perk. You can absolutely do it all. He's nasty. Absolutely nasty with it. I kind of don't want to level up Gunslinger too much, because I find it really fun, and I want to do SWAT Sharpshooter before I do Gunslinger, because I feel like I'll need Gunslinger as like a reward, basically, for going through the awfulness that is Sharpshooter. I mean, Sharpshooter is incredibly powerful, and like actually like fun to play when you're doing great. But I find it really hard to do well with it. That's the thing. It's kind of like Commando on steroids in terms of the feeling, because when you're doing well with it, it's the best. It doesn't get like any better than a well-played Sharpshooter. It's so nice. But when you mess up, when you miss those shots, you're like losing so much money. You're dealing 0 damage. You are getting into a really sticky situation because you get like overrun really easily. Although every single grenade is basically like a oh shit button, so it's kind of okay. But when you're out of grenades, though, that's when those start to matter. But I think out of the precision perks, probably Gunslinger is like the most fun. And there's a good reason for that. I mean, he's got so much cool shit going for him. First off, revolver's just kind of cool to begin with. You also have access to other weapons, to be fair. But I think the big one that I like, and I rant and rave about that like feature, is the Z-Time reload, man. Like, all the Z-Time abilities are freaking incredible. They're so sick. Every last one of them. Even some of the quote-unquote boring ones, like Penetrator on support, and at least it has a funny name, so that has to count for something, right? But pretty much the main thing is, let's get a Glock 18C and, like, at this point, completely abandon any concept of different perk identities, because now we just have an SMG, but we get to pretend that it's a pistol and get all the benefits that Gunslinger gets with pistols on it. But yeah, what I was gonna say is just, I don't even know what I was gonna say, to be honest. The Glock 18C, especially this skin, just takes my mind away from everything. It's head empty. Just look at how beautiful it is, bro. Let me put it into the light for you. I wonder if this red light hits it a little different. Oh, look at that. Look at the reflection. Oh my god. Glorious 480p. One of these days, we'll invest in some actual quality equipment. Free armor? Yoink. Let's get that. But yeah, one of these days, I'll get some better hardware. And then maybe even stream in, like, manageable quality. But this gun is so much fun. It's just sick. And I mean, part of the reason why it's so sick is the fact that you get the rack 'em up like so fast, and then you hear the glorious, glorious sound of those crits. It activates all the nerve centers in my brain at once. Like, sure, sex is nice, but like, have you gotten 15 headshots when you have like 5 rack 'em up? I'm just saying, it's pretty good. Like, if you don't do that, I feel like you're missing out. Like, listen to that, dude. It's so cool. I see you're approaching me. Nice. Yeah, Gunslinger, man. Is sick with it.
Come see me. The pod's safely
What a
open.
fun perk.
Nicely done.
I want to keep it until the very end. Probably along with Survivalist, to be honest, because Survivalist is also pretty fun. I just play Demolitionist Light when I'm playing Survivalist, and I think that's fine. Because the thing is, Survivalist is basically just any perk that you like, but a different version of it slightly. And hey, sometimes that's nice. We took like very little damage there. And I think we can do the craziness that is dual Glock 18C, because of course. Now we actually have the best version of this gun, because previously we could have downgraded our experience in life and actually put it on semi-auto, which if you press that button with the Glock 18C single version, you change the firing mode, it's like that's pretty cringe. You get like a pop-up in-game that is asking you like, hey, are you sure you meant to do that? Because like we've analyzed data from thousands of games, like literally no one fucking does that.
All Zeds inbound.
So you have to like actually press OK, sign a waiver and everything. It's quite complex, so don't do that. Just don't press that mouse button. And if I remember correctly, the Healing Pistol's dart shot can count towards the headshots. I'm fairly certain that it can. Yeah, you can definitely headshot with it. I mean, with the railgun, well, the Medi railgun, the Incision, you can definitely, like, absolutely kill stuff with healing dart headshots, for sure. Now, I need to remember, again, we had this discussion before, but I don't use my brain, so I don't know if mag dumping is the way to go with the Glock 18's, like, C, or if we want to do tactical reload. I think tactical reload is the way to go. We can, like, check. Yeah, so this is, like, tactical reload, not mag dump, okay. We tested it. Gunslinger is a really funny class. Yeah, no, it's incredible. Like, it's just so good, man. I think we, again, dodged another Husk. Don't worry about it, bro. I don't know what's going on. The poor quarter pounds.
Keep it up. When you're done, I can reopen the training pod.
I deliberately dodged that one. Handgun goes brute. Yup. That's basically it. Oh, dude, now that was a sick trap from their part. Like, come on. We took down the Husk, but then there was an EDR trap. I mean, they died, but hey. It was a good play. It was a good attempt. An attempt was made. We can't say that it wasn't. Alrighty. I mean, we're probably gonna get the big revolvers to go alongside with this. We'll probably not end up using them too much, but hey, we'll have them nonetheless. The dual Magnum revolvers, also incredibly sick. And also, this skin like looks so cool on him, dude. But even without the skin, these guns are fucking sick. They look neat as hell. All right, let's just go. Send it, baby. I still kind of like this map. Like, the little gloomy bits, the corpses, they did a good job. And there's, like, always extra, you know, supplies everywhere. I feel like Elysium was really good for a learning experience for the dev team, because it was basically so empty when it comes to resources. And it kind of taught the team, the actual devs, something, where it's like, no one likes that. Like, turns out no one enjoys not having resources and constantly running out of ammo, and basically having to like manage it as if you're actually playing a survival horror title, which Killing Floor is decidedly not. Like, we can pretend it has the survival horror influence to a degree, but it definitely isn't itself like a survival horror game. And it doesn't need to be. I think those games are totally fine. if that's like the experience that you want to have. But this is a horde shooter, basically. You play this with friends because you want to have like a fun time.
But many Zeds remain.
I want to surf the knockback, thank you. So the smart play is to like do that, and then, you know, get the big revolvers out, and then basically finish off the stuff. Also, the reload on these is so cool. I was gonna say, when is my grenade going off? Is this gonna happen this year, or do I have to wait until next year with that one? I don't even know if I care about the area, to be fair. Why did they... Sometimes they do the darndest things, I swear. Yeah, that's the actual play that you do. Gunslinger movement speed is so good, though, because you can actually avoid getting grabbed like that. Like, we walked out of getting grabbed. Which I think you're not really supposed to be able to do, but we did it anyway. And now we'll get... Yep, we got the Gunslinger reload bonus. Pretty neat. The Z-Time reload is nice. I don't think we have the actual reload perk yet. I think that's going to be in one level. So probably after the boss. Love that sound. It's so good. You know what? You deserve it. And I also love that sound. You also deserve it, actually. Can we still fit this? No. It kind of makes sense. We do have like 4 guns, and 2 of them are the size of an actual like plate. And they also shoot bullets the size of another, like, well, maybe not a plate, but a glass, maybe? Like, this thing, like, it's pretty big bullets, bro. Like, that's... I want to say that's like a couple thumbs in there. That reload is so good. The smashing out the fucking bullets, that's so cool. Gets me every time. I kind of want to upgrade these, but I can't, is the thing. So the smart play is definitely to, whatever boss we get, just hit it in the crit spot. We could have also gotten free armor. But to just hit it in the crit spot with the Glocks, and then obviously switch to the revolvers, and then finish it off like that. I mean, we'll see. Look, we're just here to have fun. And I feel like we're doing a good job of that. I'm enjoying myself. And that's maybe the real enjoyment of yourself was the friends you made along the way. That one doesn't work, huh? Didn't think that one through at all.
What have you done, you murderers? You vile...
Is he just like around the corner? No. I thought he was here for a sec. I was like, that's an interesting spawn. Would have been funny. Oh no. He missed. Yeah, we nearly can like walk away from his actual melee attack, which is kind of sick with it. I kind of want to set him up in this spot. I feel like we staggered him so much.
It's my agent.
I think we can let him run away. I don't feel like fighting him off yet. It's like I can start shooting him in the back with the revolvers, but like, what's the fun in that? I'm feeling generous. Let's have like another round of this at least. They do keep walking into the fire too, which is helpful for me. I will pop a heal. Yeah, he's there. Once again, the wooden cover, ladies and gents. Minigun cannot pierce the barrel, obviously. That's only logical, right? It's an entire barrel. Not half a barrel. I mean, he kind of got owned on the staircase right there. Yeah, we could kill him, but like, come on now. There's so much ammo that's scattered about. Let's just have a good time. I would like to pick this up too. I wonder if he's gonna come from up here or down there. Oh, that answers that, I guess. He didn't even bother the cloak. He's just like, I don't have time to cloak. He's raging. He mad. You mad, bro? He actually is. Turns out he's legitimately mad, dude. Pretty sure we just let him like sidestep us, basically. We're very, very nice and courteous Like, oh no, please, after you. Please run away. It's on the house. Just go. How dare you flank me? How dare you attack me from the front? How dare you even exist on the same map as me? I'll have you know, I am a gunslinger. You're not allowed to live. Your permission to life has been revoked. Your admin privileges have been taken away. Let's pop a heal. He's like probably right there, right? I'm gonna say, yeah, that's him right there. He can walk and shoot now, which is something to keep in mind, to be fair. Yeah, that's what I mean. But you can just, you know, give him a nice hug and be done with it. Oh, you're actually mad, huh? I didn't expect you to just, like, bum rush me. I figured you would run away one more time. I guess he ran out of the healing syringes, though. I wasn't really paying attention. Well, look, ammo. Just what I needed. You know, just sleep it off. You'll be fine, man. Just take a couple of those.
Let's make sure.
Let's make sure, you know? Gotta double tap, apparently, with 5 grenades, clearly. I do like the headshot number, but the Glock is insane with that. Like, you can get a crazy amount of headshots. Alright, let's run it back. We've almost gone through all of the perks, which is kind of neat. I'm thinking, at least to start with, it's probably a better idea to just go down the list, or maybe go up the list next time, like, however we want to play it, if we're going to be playing, like, more Killing Floor. It's just, you know, at least we get to go through all the stuff. Now, Sharpshooter is going to be an interesting one, because I mentioned that I find it very stressful. It's a good perk, don't get me wrong. It's actually a really good perk, and it's very fun when you get into the flow of it. When you're in the zone, like, nailing every shot, it's frankly disgustingly good. And absolutely fun. It's just that when you miss, you're like, God damn it. It's literally the blue headshot video. Like, you know, FPS Doug, I think, was the guy. That, like, gag video where he gets killed one time in Counter-Strike and then he has, like, a nervous breakdown and, like, breaks the shit out of his computer. I don't know where you came from, but I will not be asking questions. I wished that was a headshot, but apparently not. Yeah, but, like, you can also get the rack 'em up, and it's still really good as well. And the sound makes it motivating, but it's not as good as a rapid fire rack 'em up sounds. It's something else. That one is way better. But this is okay still. It's a fun time. Yeah. It's so strange that I'm not wearing pajamas anymore. Like, in-game. It's a whole new world. We're wearing actual clothes to a battlefield. Imagine that. I mean, the thing that you need to, like, remember with Sharpshooter is that you absolutely want to have grenades at all times. It's just so good. Centerfire is also, incidentally, very good. Honestly, 50 out of 80 is probably way more than we need. Now, I don't know what's a good spot for this guy. I don't think that is going to be a good spot, though, because they kind of come from all over. It's fairly close quarters, which is not where we want to be at all, essentially. Like, positioning is key with Sharpshooter. That's one other thing where I kind of think Sharpshooter is definitely, like, a skill-indexed perk in this game. So, like, you have a pretty long way to go with it. Because not only do you need, like, really high accuracy in a game where you don't have a crosshair by default, although you can turn one on. I've mentioned this before, like, I'm not sure that if you turn the crosshair on, it's actually, like, helpful. I'm sure that it's centered. I don't think they would, like, be big enough trolls to not center the crosshair. But I do think that maybe it, I don't know, gives you bad habits somehow. Like, I tried to play with the crosshair turned on, and it didn't go so well. Maybe that's just because I was not used to it, but it's strange. But the other thing about this perk is you absolutely need to know where you want to, like, hold out. Because running around is an option. I mean, we're doing it right now, but I think you do so much better when you pick a spot and you just, like, stick around there. And that's, again, by the way, that was a Husk that missed. Just a heads up there. But pretty much, if you can just, like, find that holdout position, like, the best one on the map, then you will have an infinitely better time. And I mean, this is a new map, so I don't yet know what the good spot is. cannot believe that we pulled that off, by the way. Like, we didn't need to dodge. Turns out you just need to shoot quicker than the Husk.
That was the last one.
Fastest gun in the West.
Indicated call for resupply.
That's the way you do it, apparently.
You took some
I cannot
hits there.
believe that it's been essentially 2 hours of game time, and we have yet to be hit by a Husk. That's like the theme of tonight, somehow. And half the time, I don't even dodge it. It's just that they mess up. It's like they fizzle out, they hit something else, they forget what they're doing. I think somebody smuggled some alcohol into the cloning vat or something, because they're not fit to drive, let's put it that way.
Make your
I don't know
choices.
what they're doing, but it's not working.
I suggest you purchase.
So this is gonna be the weird one, because it's been so long since I played this perk that I genuinely don't even remember what I tend to do. Although I know you can now basically play it, like, not really as a precision perk, because again, they added the Beluga Beat. And I mean, we can take that. It's quite good. Tends to get the job done. I do think Centerfire probably in the long term is better, and it's also quite possibly better from like a skill perspective. It'll actually help you aim. And it's just like a pretty good gun in general. It's also one of the few guns that has actually enough ammo for you to be able to deal with like the, you know, small dudes in a wave. We've deployed one of our oh shit buttons, by the way, the freeze grenade. That's how you save your life as this perk. I didn't need to reload there. I have a Centerfire on the rain. I mean, I think I was supposed to do the alt-fire attack on that one, but this worked, I suppose. I can't tell if they changed some stuff about the Beluga Beat. Like, I feel maybe the projectile used to be slightly larger, maybe it used to be slightly slower. But, I mean, hey, it's been a very long time since I fooled around with it. It's fun, though. It's a little bit weird with the alt-fire, like you have to press it and then still fire. Kinda strange compared to some of the other ones, but I think they did that so it wouldn't be too powerful. Because if you could just like press and release basically, like that would be kind of mean. It'd make it possibly too easy to use. Although it's like, who would be hurt by that? I mean, if this is a fairly like easy to use gun, you don't even necessarily need to hit the headshots. Like I'm focusing on them pretty hard for kind of no apparent reason. But it looks cool. The HRG reskin, at least, like, you know, with the LED lights, they tend to look pretty neat. It's a free neon skin. Don't tell anybody.
Perfect.
There we go.
Again. Let's get you restocked.
Now I just need to figure out what other gun I tend to put next to this, but I kind of want to say railgun, if I'm honest. I kind of want to say railgun, even though it sounds ridiculous, but it is a good weapon. I mean, Incision is kind of inarguably better, though. It is just a better version of it. They don't want you to know this, but it is just better. I mean, railgun cannot fit, so it's definitely not railgun. I think I've used the Headhunter once, exactly once. So the highest thing we can get is anything that weighs 8. Is it the compound bow? I don't know. We'll make it the compound bow if we get to 2K. It's a fun little weapon. Incidentally, they changed it like not a little while ago, probably like almost a year ago at this point. But they changed it with the freeze arrows so that it has more of an AoE, although you do have to be careful with it because it does have self-damage unlike a lot of other weapons. But you can actually horde clear with it now with the compound bow, so that's kind of neat. And it gives a little bit of extra oomph to the sharpshooter because it allows you to deal with some situations that you might otherwise be really bad at. I was gonna say, what's with your pathing? Like, I'm not sure what happened there, bud. They sometimes walk weird on this map, to put it mildly. Ooh, free armor? I mean, we probably could have gotten better value than that, but hey, sometimes it'll have to do. We're just having a good time with Sharpshooter, apparently, with the Beluga Beat. I mean, this is also only on hard mode, so it's not going to be that challenging. I could have shot, like, a thing there, but that would have required effort. And I don't do well with effort. Flesh pounds, on the other hand, we might have to do the tiniest bit of effort. Let's see if there's anything in here. Don't want to get, like, completely flanked.
I can reopen the trigger hole.
Getting a little bit grabbed is maybe okay. You know what? Let's kind of do like a pretend takedown. They missed with that one, huh? Oh, you're still raging, huh? Man, he's just like doing real weird with the doorways, it would seem. I mean, it took a while, but we took him down in the end. That guy looked like... No, he still looks weird. What's going on with this? He was like glowy.
This equipment is an investment.
Was that a radioactive bloat? What happened there?
There's one
Now he's
special
radioactive. That can't be good.
thanks to you.
Alright, I think we should have enough to actually pick up the so-called compound bow. Let's pretend we need this ammo, huh? We can collectively act like we do. No one needs to know that we have enough for anything in the world. That's fine. Let us see. I mean, I guess I could have checked to maybe see if there was some free armor, but hey. And let's try to actually do the compound bow. Yeah, that's how you do the freezy arrows. That's something to remember.
Last
You
chance.
cannot pick up
I have
the
to power down the pod.
you know, the frost arrows that you use. Is something to keep in mind. And you also cannot cancel the shot once it's been you know, dialed up. But it is a boss wave. I wonder if we can actually like crowd control the boss at all with the frost arrows. I'm not quite sure that we can. Is this Kevin again, by the way? By the way, it's just Kevin. Oh, he's coming up those stairs. Yeah. He do be coming. I missed, like, by a lot. Oh man, that was, like, actually not good for us. I feel like we're not really hitting him in the head. I mean, we should also try to hit him in the shoulder. Because that's also his, like, crit spot. Let's do this. And also do that. And then do this so we don't get hit. And then get on fire anyway. That's a big part of it. Am I just like disappointed in the damage that this thing deals? I don't think it's bad, but like somehow I still feel it's bad, you know? I mean, technically we have like almost all the ammo that we could ever need, but it's still a little bit odd, right? I wish we had free armor. We can take some more arrows though. I guess we'll compare it to the Beluga Beat. I'm curious if the Beluga Beat will do slightly better in terms of damage if we do the alt fire. I mean, I think we'll probably realize that the bow has plenty of damage. It's just that, you know, we're used to demo damage. I kind of figured you would be rude and pop up right there. I mean, yeah, the bow does like plenty of damage. It's just we have high standards, as it turns out. Oh, how rude of you. I mean, technically we still got the heal, so it's okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, please do the minigun right there instead of coming out the door. So that's, like, not that much damage. This deals the same amount, and we don't have to do anything, basically. Interesting. Probably, like, the actual compound bow is the best. You know what I want to try a little? Let's, that does not deal a lot of damage, huh? I think if we charge it, we might do differently, though. I suppose we could have waited with that heal, if we're honest. These do have an AoE component, I believe.
Your blood tastes delicious.
Other shoulder is what we should be shooting, by the way. I will dip into here. Keep messing up the, yeah, that deals way more damage. Like, the actual arrows are probably the way to go. We just need to be accurate, basically. I definitely don't think compound bow is the fit into the loadout, but I mean, it fits weight-wise. It's a cool gun. It's also a DLC gun, so perhaps it's less commonly seen. Although I think the people that still play this game probably, like, bought the Armory Season Passes. I haven't bought Armory Season Pass 2, but it has, like, a shrink ray, apparently, among other things, so I should pick it up. And I think it might be on sale for Halloween, to be honest. Or maybe just in general, but I'll look into it, possibly after the stream. And maybe the next time we bust out the Killing of the Floors, the second, we can actually look at some of the not so new, like, you know, weapons. They're new to me. They're not new in general, but they're new to me. I mean, that was an actual headshot, and then we stunned him. And that was his shoulder shot. Oh, he stopped? Where did he go? I'm confused. I also kind of thought he would just bum rush me, to be honest. Because we've been fighting for a while. I do think this is a good combination, because we have a gun for the small stuff, and I mean, we have a gun for him. It's just, you know, we are playing solo sharpshooter, so he would need to damage dump and have, like, way, way better accuracy than we do. I mean, it took us, like, 3 entire waves to figure out what, like, the actual headshot does in terms of damage. We're just doing, like, fully charged shots, and it's still pretty good, but clearly the best is fully charged headshot critical. That does not do a lot. I would like to, like, heal. I would like to dodge. Ooh, that was really bad on my part. He might own us. He kind of did. He might own us here. He kind of missed a lot, but I feel like I should be dead. The thing that I need to keep in mind is, like, his shoulders is really good, but it's just his head that actually, like, does the stun. There we go. I mean, that was a right mess, once again. Turns out, like, with sharpshooter, it helps if you actually know how to use the weapon and have some idea of what type of attack is actually best for the bosses. But we experimented and figured it out. We did some science. As much as I hyped this this particular, you know, set of clothes that I'm wearing up, it looks awful in third person, so I will be changing for sure. How much XP did that even get us with Sharpie Shooty? Almost 10k. I guess I can't complain. That's not bad. It's a day's work, you know, it's a living. It's not much, but it's honest work. Let me continue to hydrate, though. Alrighty. Oh, my favorite, SWAT. I'm not even doing the thing that you're supposed to do. You're supposed to change your perk, but we're not gonna do that. At least we have a cute gun. That's important. Like a cute skin.
The mission is underway. Lock and load.
It's very cute. It's so silly that you have to semi-auto it, but it makes sense from an from an economic perspective. You don't want to waste resources. When one shot is just enough, why go full auto? But full auto is a lot more fun. We'll get to go full auto, like, plenty. And I mean, we can go full auto on, like, a bloat. We also can, like, kind of stay full auto and pretend that we need to. So you come from the rooftop, huh? Looks like you do. That's like the second time someone comes at me from that angle, and I don't think they were there before. So that's valuable intel, if nothing else. At least we're very, very tanky as this perk, so that's, you know, something, I suppose. But we are missing out on 75 entire dosh, and we all know that that's going to matter. I mean, I'm joking about it now, but it's probably actually going to matter for upgrades and stuff. And SWAT has some really fucking expensive ammo to begin with, so yes, it will in fact matter. But that's okay, because we're just playing on hard for fun, We're not doing actual, like, hell on earth speedrun strats, so I think it's fine if we kind of play suboptimally. Let's get the MP5. I want armor because it's super valuable as this perk, but I don't want to buy, like, a full set, because we always get free armor on later waves, so it doesn't really make sense to spend the 300 on that. It would be cool if we got some free armor already, but hey, you can't have it all. Probably full auto is fine. I don't like the burst as much. I'm not one of those people that hates the burst just for existing. I know some people that do, that cannot into burst fire weapons in video games. I don't know about real life, but in video games they definitely don't like them. And I never understood that, because I'm like, really? Your problem is that it shoots more than once when you press the button? Like, what's up with that? What's wrong with that? It's not that hard, bro. Just figure out, like, how long the burst is and act accordingly. But, yeah, I guess we're all different. I mean, at least we have a cool skin on this thing. That has to count for something. But yeah, I should order the weird upside-down glasses / goggles and try to do a stream like that. I had another crazy idea about that, actually, but it's gonna be like the level 2 ridiculousness that we could do once we test the idea. So my idea was, like, what's better than watching a man, like, fail at video games because they cannot actually see what the hell's going on? Watching multiple people experience that. But how do you do that? And I had this idea that I would pick a game. Now, it would have to be a fairly simplistic game, obviously. Like, it would have to be something that is pretty manageable, or it has to be something that those people are particularly good at. Maybe we're even talking, like, semi-pros or actual pro players. And make them wear the glasses, like the upside-down glasses, and then do, like, a tournament. And it would be really dumb looking, because it would look like no one knows how to fucking play the game. And what I would do for that tournament is I would be the caster. I would be hyping everybody up. Like, I can just imagine, in my mind's eye, I see this scene. Let's say in CSGO. I don't think it would be a good idea to do that in CSGO, because it's not like a super fast-paced game, but positioning and everything is so fucking important. But let's go with that for the sake of the example. So, like, imagine you got, like, 10 people playing CSGO, but it looks like they don't know what a keyboard or a mouse is. They can barely walk. Everyone's looking up. Some people are looking to the side. It looks like everyone is at least drunk, potentially also on multiple other substances. And then you have me going like, and he enters the arena. He's joining the team fight. He's aiming. He's doing his best. Oh, Lord, I think he's almost got it. He's shooting. No, he's hitting the chickens. Guess what? It's just more chickens. I think it would be fucking hilarious. But, I mean, I would need, like, so many people for that. So I'm thinking, like, an easier game with smaller teams would obviously be better. By the way, I'm sorry for your ears. I have a nail gun now. It's cool to use, but by God, it's a loud one. She's a screamer. I want to kill the bloat. Not for any particular reason, I just want to kill it. But yeah, I think an unofficial Australian mode tournament of any game would be absolutely hilarious with, like, some shoutcasting. That is another Husk that missed, by the way. I just want it to be on record. Hey, what are you? Oh, you're an actual enemy? How dare you? Hey, that's a beam. That's not an enemy. Turns out, that's just part of the map. But yeah, I think a tournament where it looks like nobody can play the game in question would be really funny. And the shoutcasting would have to be done, like, 100% seriously. Like, I would have to go real hard and like, hype up every single moment. I don't know what would be an ideal game. I'm kind of thinking Awesome Knots, because it's relatively easy in terms of, like, movement and stuff. Kind of anything that has, like, a side-scrolly type component, I think, would be fairly good. Can we afford something? I mean, yes, but we won't have enough ammo for it. But we do own the Chris now. But I think definitely the proof of concept is just going to be getting the glasses and attempting to play video games and maybe quickly figuring out why this has not been done before. which is most likely because it'll make me throw up after like 10 minutes. But hey, that's the sacrifice we make for entertainment. I think I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to lose my I was gonna say lunch, but most likely dinner. You know, it's past dinner time. It might even be past your bedtime. Ooh, staying up past your bedtime, a pog. Why did I like switch to triple shot mode 4 o'clock though? You might be wondering. And my response is I just felt like it. He insulted me with his very existence, and I kind of took it personally. I mean, the nail gun is quite a good one, at least. I think I always have this. Like, I always think, like, oh, the Chris. I think the Chris has the highest, like, DPS out of all the SWAT weapons. Or at least it used to. Maybe it's different now, but I want to kill, like, these lads. You know, trim the fat. Thin the herd, if you will. Kind of shot, like, 14 nails in his face, but he has a Skyrim AI. You know, must have been the wind. Let's just go around. Yeah, I kind of wanted to wait until the Fleshbound starts showing up, if we're being real. I mean, that at least looked funny. Alrighty, Fleshy Pound. I want to tangle with you. There we go. Oh, there's more. But wait, there's more. Let us heal real quick. Although we still have armor, so technically we are fine for a little while still. I actually wanted him to rage, believe it or not, because we can like kind of fight him, you know, separated from the rest of them. Now again, we're like doing this wrong. I should be like using more grenades, but I didn't feel like it. I'm just like, we don't have to try that hard. He went at it immediately. We don't have like a lot of ammo, but I think it's enough for these lads. There we go. The Chris is at least like very, very satisfying. I mean, I can't complain about the nail gun either, to be real. It's a good one. We should maybe be able to afford an autofill. Imagine that as SWAT. Imagine the possibilities. I'm gonna go with both. I was gonna say if we only get one, it should be the Chris, but we can thankfully afford both upgrades, so that's cool. But yeah, I definitely want to do more like gimmicky style streams. I think there's a lot of like fun to be had with that. Maybe get like some more props involved. I think the goggles, you know, in this case are kind of a prop if we think about it.
Make your choices.
And I'm sure I'll figure out like plenty of other ideas. We'll see what it's all about. I mean, I could probably still order the goggles now, and then maybe they'll be here early next month. That could be sweet. To schedule that stream for the future. It would be something to look forward to for everybody. I mean, I'm looking forward to it just because I think it's going to be so fucking hilarious. I don't think I'll be able to say like a single sentence because I'll be too busy not understanding what I'm looking at. Because apparently it's hard to even fucking write your name. I mean, how am I not in frame, bro? Like, really? Really, you're going to do me like that? Like, I can't get Best Supportive Actor? Like, come on now. Like, you hid me behind the tree? Come on, lady. How fucking dare you? Once again, wood. The most powerful material on this planet. I would rather burn than get hit by your lightning. I am actually at the minimum distance. I'll have you know. I did the math. The monster math. We can actually use this tree and it's even better. Protect me, mighty tree. I mean, you can't protect me from the melee attack. In your defense, that's not on you. That's on melee attacks being bullshit. Said the Berserker main. You see, this is the smart play. Tap fire an SMG. But don't tap fire the thrower type weapons. It makes sense, trust me. Okay, just drop them EMPs, baby. Kind of want to take out the EDARs as well. Although I think from an ammo perspective, maybe that's like wrong to do. Ooh, she was like sneaky about that one. I thought I knew which way to dodge, but apparently not. Oh, I thought maybe we would like be able to hide from that. That was a stretch, to be fair. This one worked though. The barrel will save me. And now the wood will save me. It's fine, bro. I mean, it took a while to get through her armory phases. To be fair, I think we are now probably better off like triple shotting. Yeah, look at that. Look at that deeps, dude. We're rolling in the deeps. You had my... I don't know, dude. We don't know how to apply that one to the Killing Floor 2. I think it's Heart and Soul, but like, what would it be? It doesn't matter, she's dead. We'll workshop it. It's just like the letter about stealing the IP, guys. We'll you know, write it all down, get a night's rest, like a nice rest before we send it out, and we'll figure it out together. Make it as good as it can be. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, those guys are bleeding, they're robots, but don't worry about that one. Okay. Let's go again. I believe we are now going on to the wonderfulness that is Survivalist, also known as Diet Demolitionist, in case you aren't aware. And incidentally, we'll have to figure out what the hell we do after. But let's go. I don't just want to do like a 2-hour stream. I forgot that I have the cock and burn set up as a starting weapon. It's really not good, but it's fun. But I have no like perk synergies for it. Because you cannot like tailor Survivalist to have any kind of fire buggy components. You can have a Molotov though, and I mean that's pretty good. It does deal damage to you. Which is important if you're like a professional firebug player. And I don't use the term lightly. I'll have you know I have 78,000 confirmed kills as Firebug, and I graduated top of my class as an arsonist. I could kill you from 2.3 meters away with a cock and burn. the Navy Firebug. Copy past anybody? Can we make that one a reality? I feel like that's another good one. But yeah, it's not a good choice for a starting weapon. But it works though, because fire is fun. In video games. In real life, it's frankly horrific. And also known as a war crime. But, you know, like, you say war crime, I say pro-gamer move, so... You know, it's just different perspectives.
You got out unscathed.
Got out unscathed, even. My god. I mean... It's not that impressive. It's Survivalist. We got heavy armor. It will literally be unscathed every time until we have armor. But don't tell her that. She's really impressed with us, guys. Does she give us a discount for that? No. God forbid. Like, come on now. You're only killing the Zeds and saving the world. Gotta pay full price for shit, though. Like, come on now. Everybody needs to make some money in this world.
Running low on ammo. Buy some.
I think the Locust is new. Nanobot Locust that attacks Zeds. Aiming an alt-fire activates a targeting laser. This is apparently not an expensive weapon. Hey, let's try it.
I'm about to shut the pod.
Oh, maybe I did try this. It looks like vaguely familiar. Oh no, I remember why, because it's an HRG. Okay. I think Demolitionist has like this gun originally, but is it the multiple rocket launch or something like that? I tried it once and it was kind of fun. Before they came out with the Tommy Boom, I think it was one of the best weapons for using like multiple nukes in that time. Because I mean, you have the grenade launchers. Well, at least one that has like, you know, 6-shot capacity. So like, this is like kind of a fire and forget type weapon. I'm not like really sure.
A decent beginning.
It's oh, that kills like a gore fiend even. Interesting. I thought I had to like, you know, double tap it. It's not a lot of ammo, but it do be working. You kind of pile them up, and then you just like kill him, I guess. You know what? This is kind of cool. The firing sound is weird. It's a little bit like a fart. Like it's quite pungent. I do say so myself, but I mean, hey, if it works. apparently it has enough ammo to like last one of these waves on solo, which is not saying a lot. Technically, that's like every other gun, but hey, sometimes they don't last. And I kind of like the little bugs as a graphic. It's neat. Oh, and you also have like a direct shove with it, which I mean, it's something else. It's a 7 out of 10 from me. Actually, kind of neat. I've definitely not tried this HRG. Yeah, missed.
Perfect.
Oh, that actually killed him quite fast. Interesting.
Let's get you restocked.
Do we want to like use this? I can't imagine. Well, does it put weakness on it on the Zeds? Because I was gonna say I don't think it's good against the big Zeds, but if it applies weakness, maybe it is. Let's just take a look.
That's a hint.
Nanobot Locust, targeting laser guided rockets, favor up. So it doesn't do weakness. It just does like bleed essentially. I mean, we could just do an autofill. You know what? Let's do an autofill. Let's just have this weapon and see where we can go with it. We have like 90 rockets now, so that's something. Let's just do it. What weapon? I guess this is a dedicated survivalist weapon, right? I was gonna say like, what weapon does this count as? But if it's an HRG weapon and it's only visible on survivalist, I'm assuming it's a survivalist weapon. I need to actually remember that, you know, this has range. Like that's something to remember. Again, that was a Husk, by the way. He didn't get the shoot. It's been like 2.5 hours. They've yet to hit us. And no, I don't know what's going on. Dude, this is like kind of working. Although, you know, caveat is that it's solo hard. Like, you could probably kill anything with anything on this mode. You could, like, if you had a rusty spoon as a weapon, it would probably work, like, fairly well at that. It has a cool, like, it has a cool little, like, whoosh sound when the rockets are flying through the air. So, like, okay, so does that make it the direct hit or laser guided? I assume that's a direct hit then, but no, like, how does that work? What is the difference? I'm not sure. Eh, who cares? Just fire and forget, baby. Don't think too hard about it. Just deploy Locust nanobots. A plague on you. No, you. I mean, hey, it did wave 2. Who'da thunk it? Who'da thunk that we can do easy shit? You know what? Let's give it like the old college try. Just sink some money into it. What's the worst that can happen? Let's just see, man. We're having a good time, and I don't want to stop at all. So that's that basically. It's the final wave. So we actually did wave 3 there, which I guess stands to reason because we did one wave with our starting weapon. It mathematically makes perfect sense. Hey, take another one of those. You guys take one of these, and how about you take another one of those, just for fun? We can basically pretend to be opera. It's like, you get nanobots, and you get nanobots, and you get nanobots. Everybody gets fucking nanobots. I mean, we're gonna see. Oh, that maybe it does get canceled out by the siren. We were just lucky enough that it didn't like do it that time. So I mean, it's like one mag dump apparently kind of handles a fleshbound from the looks of it. Maybe even less, because I think there was a second one and they stopped pursuit, which probably means they died, if we're being real. The reload speed is a little bit on the frustrating side, but I think mostly because I'm used to using demolitionist guns when the perk is set up with the demolitionist reload speed, so therefore, like, anything's gonna be slower than that. It's again one of those things where, like, oh, the compound bow doesn't deal enough damage, and it's like, well, yeah, you're not hitting heads with it, and also you're used to demolitionist damage, which is like, oh, how much health does the boss have? It's gonna take 3 shots then. So I guess they do apply like a little bit of a bleed condition. I cannot possibly imagine that this will work against a boss, but let's try it anyway. We're just playing like the opposite of of like an exterminator. We're exterminating the Zeds with something far worse. I feel like our actions will indeed have consequences in the long term, and maybe we're not doing the right thing, but that's okay. We should probably take like a backup gun. And, you know, my favorite backup gun is an RPG-7, personally. Like, it's a really good one. You see, I mean, basically, these are both rocket launchers. We are making a themed loadout, actually. This is roleplay Killing Floor 2. Excuse you. This is all part of the cleverly constructed character arc of my OC, who is a recolor of Shadow the Hedgehog. So the Zets could be the next level of evolution. I mean, basically, they could be. If they didn't suck so bad, yeah, of course. It's Mama. So that means Beryl is gonna get, like, play of the game again. Dude, maybe I should do that. Like, learn some better editing. And actually do, like, a play of the game from Killing Floor. Wait, so this is the homing shot. I see how it works now. So I don't even have to aim this, is what you're telling me. I feel like that's good. I feel like that's, like, pretty solid. Not having to aim is pog. But I mean, we can also just hip fire it. It doesn't deal any damage, incidentally, to bosses, but by God, we will use all 90 and then complain. I mean, it got the job done. It actually, the reason it was not doing so well, I think, is because it was dealing damage to every part of her in terms of armor. It's like one of those weapons. I guess she got EMP'd, because I'm pretty sure she was doing a melee attack, but she kind of missed. That was new. Yeah, that attack is such bullshit, man. I think we'll be fine, though. Like, apparently bugs are better than a giant, like, bioengineered half-mech lady. Look at that. Look at that sick dodge. Oh, the bugs are eating her. Holy shit, bro. Alright, I mean, hey, this gun, apparently not bad. Not bad out of 10. It also kind of looks cool in third person. Kind of clips into everything, but, I mean, hey. Looks kind of neat.
Did you move?
Just give her a few more. Just to be sure. She looks stinky now, though. 8 headshots. Yeah, I'm something of a sharpshooter main myself. 8 headshots. Oh Lord. Well, hey, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna keep doing Barn Witch. It's just the theme, dude. It's just what we do. It's extremely boring, sure, but I mean, hey, it's okay. So I suppose we should randomize, right? Let me really quickly do that. Ba-ba-ba-bum, 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 ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. Let us pull up the roll dice page, type it into Google, and remove the d6. We don't need a d6. We need a d10. I can also be super smart and like do it like this. Oh man, look at the quality of that. It looks so nice, just all zoomed in like that. Let me show you how wonderful this looks. It looks so good, doesn't it? I don't know if I should keep the 3. I don't know what it is. That's just what it rolled when I did the thing. 3 would be support. You know what? Let's keep that. We might like die anyway. Supporto. I will switch over to here. Yeah, everything seems. You know what? Let's change the gear. I was gonna say let's change the gear. Get her into gear. Pfft, so shiny, so ridiculous. The headband looks kind of neat with it, actually. You know what? Let's go with this. Let's have a change. Alrighty. Good old SG 500, and by good old I mean goddamn awful shit. And by SG 500 I mean poop shoot extraordinaire. But it's fine. Copium. I mean, it's not. It's look. How bad could it be? You can't fire more than once in Z time. Just how bad could it be? Like it works. It works on my machine. Sounds like a skill issue, right? Yeah, we'll be fine. It's not the first. Just like last night, but a little worse. She said, I'm not the one who she thinks that I am. She said, it's not being fun. I just bring her down. I said, don't let your future be destroyed by my past. She said, don't let my door hit your ass. That was Blink 182, by the way. They're coming back. They're coming back, boys. The old Blink. So now we can't make jokes anymore about the new albums. Like, old Blink was much better because it's going to have the same people in it. Tom DeLonge is back, dude. With a vengeance. All it took was apparently successful cancer treatment for Mark Hoppus. So hey, apparently cancer is poggers, incidentally. As long as you live through it. That's the caveat. That's like the little, you know, bottom text on that meme, I suppose. But yeah, they've gone back together. If they're gonna do like a European tour, I'm there, bro. I'm going. I missed out on too many other stuff. Once again, I am asking for your financial support, but also I'll just take a double barrel. The old double barrel. And let's go. Let's get into it. Let's potentially get intimate. Maybe not with the Zeds though. They're not really my type. They kind of got like big old clawed grippers. They kind of just walk around like naked all the time. I mean, it doesn't leave a lot to the imagination. At least, you know, if you're into that, like, you know, you see what you're buying, I suppose. But I don't know. I like unwrapping my presents. You know, like maybe seeing your significant other naked like day one. I could see the appeal potentially, but I don't know. Maybe like a little bit of mystique about it is better. You know, like sometimes a build up is nice. Oh, I was gonna say, did they forget to spawn? Like, what's going on? So how are you still alive? You kind of took like an entire shotgun thing to... Is my shotgun spread like so bad now, dude? Bro, what the hell? They didn't spawn for the longest time, and now they're back with a vengeance. I mean, good old double barrel though. When it works, it's great. It's just, it lacks one of the biggest advantages that you get as support. Potential advantages, rather, which is essentially infinite ammo as long as you keep reloading. Although, if you get the reload speed perk, which I believe we have, you can still kind of use it as like a gun with infinite ammo. It's just, you know, you gotta reload after every other shot instead of every shot, which would potentially get you, like, full magazine every time. If you only fire one round. It is what it is, but it still works. It's a good gun, although I switched off of it. It used to be like a pretty big workhorse for me, but I switched off of it in favor of the M4, the combat shotty. It's just, it seems to work better for me. Your mileage may indeed vary, but for me, this thing, for the reason I just mentioned, like you can just keep loading it, works better because if you pay attention, then you don't get into as many awful situations. So that's something. I mean, eventually we'll just get our good friend, the bus of blunder. And picking it is definitely not a blunder. Unless you keep shooting at your own feet, at which point you will die a horrible death. Let me assure you, that thing has a mean amount of self-damage, to put it lightly. Oh god, I hear him. They do be coming. I mean, I should at some point reload, I feel like. We're having a good time shooting, but we just talked about how this gun is good because you just keep loading. And we're loading, loading, and loading, loading, and loading, loading. Let's get it shooting, I guess, would be how you make that one work in Killing Floor. If you wanted to. If I did it. Who's having, like, asthma over here? What's going on? Oh no. It's the fleshy point. Where is he at? Maybe it's quarters, actually.
There you are.
Yeah, turns out. Yeah, M4 is a good time, though. I like this one. I don't think the penetrator, like, makes much of a difference on a Scrake. Perhaps I'm wrong. They don't really have armor to speak of. They have, like, damage resistance amped up all the way to ludicrous numbers, but they do not, in fact, wear armor. they're much too chatly for that. I suppose we could have picked up the free armor, but I don't
Get
care.
yourself fixed up. You look terrible.
We can still be smart about it though, and get the Blunderpass, and get this, and get that, and you might be like, oh my god, you forgot to get armor, and it's like, no, no, no. You see, this is all part of my plan. It's going all according to Keikaku. So what we do now is we actually pick up the armor. Stretching my back there. Sorry about that. If it looked sussy, like a baka, then that's what that was. Incidentally, this might not be the best spot for the bus of Blunder, but it's whatever. I love the little, like, spin that you do.
Pod's closed.
Yeah, like that looks neat. I wish it spinned more, though. Maybe put some more engine grease up there, you know? It actually only explodes when you let go of the button, but I'm a Chad and I let go of the button immediately. Like, why wait? It's my money and I want it now. Did we get the bloat? Eh, apparently not. We got the bloat. Ladies and gentlemen, the bloat. I can't believe that after such an early morning, I'm still going and I'm still feeling better than actually the last Friday stream that I did. Interestingly enough, this is Revenge of the Friday. Kind of. I mean, the reason I'm treating it as a Friday, I realize it's Thursday, but the thing is, I actually have tomorrow off. So it's basically a Friday for me. It might not be for you, but in my heart of hearts, it's Friday. Functionally a Friday, which would be Friday, you know, with 2 Fs. That's short for functionally Friday. Friday. Definitely not awkward at all to say, by the way. So there are 2 Husks, and they apparently both suck at shooting. I was gonna stand still that time. I was like, you know what? If it needs to happen, like almost 3 hours in, that we get shot by a Husk, I was like, let's have it. And then they hit a wooden beam that they're standing right next to. So again, I couldn't tell you what's going on in terms of that, but apparently their aiming module or something, there's a bug, I feel like. Or perhaps it is merely a skill issue on their part in this case. We somehow still have armor left with the blunderbuss, which is actually, I think, impossible. Like, that never happens, actually. Or at least it does not happen often, is the way I'll put it. I feel like maybe this this little thing here could be useful. Maybe not, but we'll try it. We've not tried this spot as like a boss location.
Time's up.
Oh, the little twirl, little spin a Rooney, if you will. It's Kevin. I mean, hey, as long as we just get to dump a bunch of balls at him, and yes, that is my phrasing, then I think we'll be fine. I didn't pay attention to where his spawn location was. I was too busy talking about balls. It happens, look, like, don't judge. It'll happen to you! We'll hear him anyway. In the meantime, let's look at this gun. Look at that. It's a gun. It's kind of a weird looking gun, to be fair. He's coming from the back. Oh yeah. I'll hide behind the lamppost. Haha, you have no power here. Haha, the lamppost. I mean, he didn't really try to be sneaky there, huh? He really just, you know, kind of went like, excuse me? Coming through, please? Do not know. You see nothing? Yeah, we look a little better with this, like, suit of armor. Actual boss fight is against Random Crawler, by the way. You know, the Patriarch is just the mini-boss. He's just the dragon. And then you get the big bad evil guy. Alrighty. I mean, I still got a few left in me. Let's keep it going. We keep getting Halloween treat tickets, so that's gotta count for something. Before we get into this one, I will switch over to the BRB screen really quickly so that I can do a quick bathroom break. So give me but a moment. And we're back. I made the most of that break, went to the bathroom, stretched my legs a little bit, did all of the good stuff. Let me switch the scene back while we're at it. In fact, let me take you to the roll dice screen, because we do in fact gotta roll it. It's a 5. And now back to you, Killing Floor screen. Look at the high fidelity dice right there. I believe it is 400% zoomed in at that point. Hey, it's Demolitionist. We're getting all the good ones, apparently. So that's real good. Hashtag blessed, as they say. We'll continue to hydrate. And you know I just talked about how great it is. Let me put a pause in there while I drink. That I don't have to work tomorrow. But I'm immediately going to complain, which basically just shows you the human condition. Like, this is like, you know, explain humanity to me in one sentence. Like, here you go. Like, it's so bad that I don't have to work tomorrow, but I want to stream, but I have, like, other plans in the evening. Like, I guess I could stream during the day. That's an idea. But then, you know, I break the actual streak of only streaming in the evening. And more importantly, there are, like, some other things that I would like to do. It's been a while since I've picked up a paintbrush, for example, and painting is actually poggers, so I would not mind, you know, getting back into it a little bit. I have, like, quite a bit of stuff I could work on. I do think I'm going to do that, because I need to, like, repair a little bit of paint chipping on one of my models. I noticed it a long while ago, but I always was busy. I don't know why that guy spawned so far away. It's kind of surreal. But I had some paint chipping happening, I want to say 2 months ago even. So it's been quite a while. But every other time I've been having some hobby time, I just basically did either, you know, assembly, or I was doing something relatively time sensitive. You know what? We fooled around with the crossboom a little bit last time. Let's do it again. Let's keep it you know, varied. It looks cool with the little, like, HRG glowy bits. But yeah, so I was basically working on pretty tight schedules because of a tournament. I need to get the old Silent King done, and if you're a 40k nerd, then you might know who that is. If not, he's a skeleton robot man on a very fancy chair. That's basically all you need to know. And I needed to finish him for a tournament. Well, I wanted to finish him, and I had good reason to. I saved 3 entire euros. Well, actually 2.5, to be honest, because, you know, our currency sucks, turns out. But I saved 2.5 euros by sacrificing, I think, my sanity by working, like, an all-nighter to finish him right before the tournament, which seems perfectly reasonable, right? That seems completely fine. I think I heard a husk, but maybe not. This is like a fun little one. But yeah, other than that, it's been a while since I've painted, and it's kind of a deliberate choice as well. I really enjoy painting. I used to do a lot, like a lot of it, and I still really like it, actually. There was a time, now quite a long while ago, I want to say 6, 7 years ago, when I actually hated painting. I couldn't into painting, at least into the enjoyment part of it. But that has changed a lot when I, you know, did essentially like a professional. I wasn't painting professionally. I had a tabletop gaming store, and, you know, like, you kind of inadvertently have to focus on the hobby aspect of that as well to represent it properly, which I think is overall, like, really good for my personal development. It made me into the person that I am today. In a way, that's bad for you, though, because, I mean, you know, I'm an awful human being. But on the flip side, hey, I guess blame Wargames for that one. Blame the Games Workshop hobby, I suppose, because it was essentially all GW stuff. There's other games, and obviously those are fine too. But I've recently been thinking about just, like, focusing a little bit more on streaming, because it's also been really fun. And I mean, just earlier I was saying that I'm kind of contemplating doing a 4th stream this week. Even though that would be insane. Like, this is like stream number 3, and I think we've done over 7 hours so far just this week, and this takes us to like 10 hours. That's a long time in a single week when you also work like a full-time job, basically. But hey, it's fun though. Like, that's the thing. It's not really, you know, I don't really mind it, because it turns out I'm having a great time. it do be a little bit addictive, I will say. So yeah, but I do think I need to like repair the paint chipping that I was mentioning, and I also should. In fact, if I take the right amount of time, and I mean I have access to quite a bit of time tomorrow, because I don't have like to work 8 hours at my actual day job, turns out, that gives you 8 actual hours. Oh my god, the math on that one is crazy. But I could put some hours, maybe even all of those hours. Well, I want to say I wouldn't need all those hours, but let's be real, I do. I'm a finicky painter. I'm a finicky everything with this hobby, dude. I like to take my time with stuff, let's put it that way. I like going in and spending like a whole evening painting, but I don't think I'm particularly fast like anymore. I just really like doing the razor fucking highlights. I like the stylized look, I suppose. That's like my style in a nutshell. I can do some other stuff though, but I keep getting sidetracked. Essentially what I'm trying to say is, recently, in fact, it's our good friend Ren from the chat that has gotten me and a couple other guys into grid-based tabletop RPG goodness with Pathfinder, with the old Putfundar, and it's been a wonderful time actually. I've been having a whale of a good time with that one, and my character figure actually finally arrived. I ordered like a pre-made one from Reaper Minis, and honestly, it's one of those things where despite some issues with their service, like I didn't get the original shipment of the stuff that I would have gotten. But once I told them, like, hey, the stuff never arrived, why are you shooting where I'm not standing? That doesn't make sense. We're noticing the issue here now, I think. But yeah, they basically somehow lost the first shipment that they sent me, which is obviously not ideal, but the moment it became known to anybody involved, them/me, they got in touch and were like, hey, it looks like your shipment never arrived, so like we're really sorry about that, but we can offer you to like get, you know, the same stuff pretty much like as another shipment, completely free of charge. And this time we're going to send the tracking. Because the thing is, and you might be like, wow, not having tracking in this day and age is considered good service. But the thing is, I think with their free shipping option, and I was not buying a lot of stuff, I honestly didn't expect the tracked option, so I didn't really mind. But the customer service experience was really good, so I ended up getting the mini that I wanted. It's Goldar, the Barbarian. I modified him slightly, because his basic axe looks nice, but it's too believable. I'm playing a Giant Instinct Barbarian, and the whole shtick of that entire class is you eventually grow really big, but from level 1, you can use like an oversized weapon, which doesn't give you any strict benefits in normal combat, except for when you rage, which is basically like step 1 Barbarian in any combat. Like, oh, the combat's starting, I rolled initiative, and I'm going to rage the first chance I get. They do be flesh pounds, and they do be mad, but they also do be dead, so yep, they're all gone. Well, maybe that wasn't all of them, but I got a pretty good feeling it was. But yeah, we've been having a grand old time playing role-playing games, and I want to actually paint my model for that, because like, come on now, like I bought it, it looks cool, but I could give it some life. I'm not gonna paint it like ridiculously good, because I'm an okay painter. I know some techniques that make for like flashy results that potentially, I wouldn't say blow people away, but I can distract you from the stuff that I didn't spend so much time on. And a lot of people now have this like obsession with the so-called slap chop technique. I don't think it's bad, by the way. I painted one of my armies. It's a relatively small one in terms of like number and also like point values, but I did paint one of my armies in essentially that method, because it's basically just tinting stuff with various shade paints and inks and very thin paints pretty much. So I think it is like a good way to paint, but I do think the fascination with it currently in the YouTube sphere is kind of overblown. It's just, at the end of the day, you need to have like a good grasp of the basic techniques such as dry brushing, and I think you can't really go wrong at that point in this hobby, because once you got that going, you're actually fine, because dry brushing is one of the best techniques that you'll ever actually learn. And a lot of people used to have this thing that it's taboo to dry brush, at like you know, high level painting events. But the thing is, it's incorrect to have that opinion, and the judges probably never actually told you that dry brushing is bad. Here's the thing: what they probably said to you, but this is, you know, like selective hearing. They didn't say dry brushing is bad. They said your dry brushing is bad. And the reason I'm saying this is because dry brushing is bad when you see like brush strokes on areas that shouldn't have them. That's when it's bad. But you can very easily avoid that. Like, you can get really, really fine brushes that are super soft, such as makeup brushes, which are, by the way, a cheat code for like actually doing dry brush techniques. It's ridiculous how much easier they make this stuff. So I would just do that for step one. But also, the big thing is, it's the same as with highlighting. Like, when you see an incredibly painted like model, it has like some actual ridiculously tiny highlights. What you need to understand is those lines were small to begin with, but they didn't just, you know, do the lines completely by hand and just like leave them like that. What most likely happened is they did the highlights and then they went back to correct the stuff, like cut back in with the main color. And that's like what you have to do with dry brushing. Just go back and reestablish your base areas and you're basically golden. But again, selective hearing. Most people get told that their dry brushing is bad, and then they're like, oh, the painting competitions don't like dry brushing. And it's like quite the opposite, man. Like, there's, I think recently there was a guy that won a Golden Demon with some of his Titans, and he did obviously do some straight up highlights on those, but a lot of it was actually just like dry brushing and like wet brushing and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure, I think it was in like a Midwinter Minis video that he kind of explained his process. And 90% of what he does is just like establishing texture basically by dry brushing and wet brushing. Like, turns out, yeah, that's a really good way to establish textures. And also just to do some volumetric highlights, for example, to make stuff look more full than it is. That's really important on like musculature as well. But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. Painting is fun too, so I feel like I should do some painting tomorrow more than anything. I think that's what I'm going to do, but we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind. Let's roll a die, please. Roll it. I mean, we gotta go one down. I think we can go one down. That's Firebug. We keep getting all the good ones? Question mark? Is this allowed? Is this allowed? Alrighty. Yeah, Firebug is fine. I'm not going to be changing any of my perks. Let's just go. Send it. Easy. Yes, I'm thinking tomorrow is probably going to be more painty day. But you never know. We might actually do a Gorilla stream. Because this is not a Gorilla stream. Because if you use the Twitch schedule, which I actually think is quite well done, to be honest, then you knew that this stream was going to happen. Because it was there since Tuesday. Like, I knew I wasn't going to stream on Wednesday, because I have other stuff to do on Wednesdays. But on Thursday, I figured I would be free, so I would be here and just, you know, having a whale of a good time. And we did, in fact, make it. But it is a semi-Gorilla stream, because I didn't post about it in the morning on Twitter. I never announced it, like, oh, hey, I'm going to be live at, like, 8 p.m. Central European time, which is what I usually do there. It's kind of the only thing I do on Twitter. And like I said, I'm very bad at that social media. In fact, I would argue maybe at all social media, but I don't know, I had like a relatively successful Instagram account for my models back in the day, like for the store. Some stuff blew up mildly, but I think eventually, if you throw enough crap at the wall, that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure I had like almost 1,000 posts. So, you know, that's not that surprising that a few of those were bangers. It's just like that joke, you know, like, OMG, a hit tweet? It finally happened. I always knew it could happen to me. But it finally did happen. I don't think I'm going to have the hit tweet, to be real with you. I do not foresee that in my future. And that's fine. I think I'm okay with just using Twitter as like a way to tell certain people, like, hey, I'm currently live on twitch.tv. I understand that you can use, you know, Twitter as a platform for so much more. You can do like insane stuff with it. I mean, there's people that are just like, you know, tweeters. They just do that, essentially. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, hey, if that's your content, go nuts. But I've never, you know, I had a Twitter account from way back that I'm using now. And I mean, I originally established it for streaming purposes, because I'm pretty sure in like 2014 or 15 I streamed the tiniest bit. But like no records of it exist other than my, I think you have an activity page on your channel. I assume eventually, if I keep changing stuff around, you know, it will run out of memory, if you will, and it won't remember all the previous stuff. But I did some test streams, some Binding of Isaac. Yeah, for example, complain constantly and cancel people. Twitter for the win. I mean, yeah, that happens. People love their drama, man. Turns out. It is one of those things where I do think that Twitter is, for me, like a worse version of Instagram. Because with Instagram, and they're trying to turn Instagram into Twitter, by the way, slowly but surely. And I'll explain what I mean when I say that. Instagram used to be 100% curated by you. You would pick who you want to follow, you would pick who you want to see, and those were the only things that you would see, unless you went to the browse page, unless you dedicated some of your time to go like, hey, I'm looking for anything else. I'm looking for anything at all that isn't what I have already. Oh, we have the HRG Dragon's Blaze, so this is, I assume, a Doomstick that shoots fire. Yeah, I think they added this a while ago, but I never tried it. I guess we could give it a shot. You know what? Let's do it. You know what? Let's take some armor. Looks cool. But yeah, I think Instagram, you used to be able to curate your feed completely. You still kind of can. It's just it requires more taps and clicks, and they want that to be the case, because turns out people are lazy and they won't do it, and therefore they'll be exposed to more of what the algorithm basically tells you to look at, which is what the intention of the whole app is. They want to basically be something of a tastemaker so that advertisers can use it. Yeah, I remember like trying this briefly. This is like a ground fire machine, basically. As if we needed more of that. Yeah, this works really well when you have infinite ammo, huh? Turns out it's rather mean when you got infinite ammo. It's not really doing much against the big guys, huh? He says as he gets the big guy. But yeah, and Twitter it kind of historically has always been the opposite, where you constantly get flooded with recommendations of like, hey, have you seen this guy? Have you seen this guy? Have you seen this tweet? Hey, were you interested in this? It's kind of like a nagging like little brother almost that really badly wants your attention. I say this as a little brother that used to do that. It's a lot like me back in the day. I think we might have gotten hit by the Husks there previously, but I'm not sure. We'll have to look at the instant replay, which is the VOD. That's the code word for the VOD. I'm not crazy about this Dragon's Blaze thing, by the way. It's just a ground fire machine, but so is every other gun for Firebug, basically. So it was fun, but it was only fun while it lasted. But the thing is, with Twitter, you can't really curate it any further than that. Like you can follow the people that you want, but you're never going to just see content from those people, even if they tweet enough to definitely like have a full feed. It's still going to show you other people's shit. It still wants you to see the bigger picture, to the point that anything that becomes trending will eventually like hit you as well. You cannot escape it, which again I think is more of a feature than a bug. Like some people really like it for that. I am personally ambivalent. I'm just like, hey man, I don't care. I just want to see like what some of the people that I follow are doing. Sometimes it gets a little annoying to like catch up with what they've been up to, but at the same time, I mean, I can just go on their profile, and once you're there, the functionality is quite good, so swings and roundabouts, I suppose. It's not all bad, is basically what I'm saying. It's just maybe not the best, but then what is the best? Is someone getting the best, and then, the best 58 times. Best version, by the way. I mean, it has the largest number of the word best in it, therefore it is the best. Isn't that how that works? I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I went to school and everything. That's what they taught me. I went to school once, didn't care for it. I do think I come off like that sometimes. I throw around a lot of like $3 words, but I don't think I'm actually a particularly smart individual. But that's the beauty of it. You don't have to be. Like, in order to be entertaining, it actually helps to be a lot more of a dumbass. And boy, oh boy, I got that one on lock. Hey, it's Flesh Pounds. Oh no, we upset the Scrick as well. I was gonna say we're gonna get vomited on, but then it didn't happen. He's so slow. He's also very dead.
Stay dead, fucker.
Let's you know, you gotta crouch down for maximum accuracy, aim down the sight, hold it. Let him get in there. And I still didn't get the headshot, by the way. Like, all that build up for an awful shot regardless. Can I get a golf clap, please? Just, you know, like, you tried out of 10. There was an attempt. I would like my cardboard trophy, please. Maybe a very badly done sash. I would appreciate it. Just you know, a pat on the back as well to make me feel better. It's time to kill the boss anyway, so it's okay. But yeah, Twitter is obviously less than ideal. But hey, people are still on there, and they will continue to be on there. Turns out, people get invested in stuff, and then they don't really want to just, you know, leave it behind. It's how we behave as humans, and that's okay. I mean, eventually, I think you'll get bored of that stuff if you were on it currently. I had like I said, when I was running the store, I had like a big thing where I was posting to Instagram constantly, just to have like a pulse basically in the online sphere, even though I was mostly like a local store, so it didn't make a lot of sense to focus on that, but it just seemed like fun to do. And over time, it has definitely gone to a point where I wouldn't say that I don't enjoy doing that. It's more so that I have like the old standards. We, by the way, should not be using this gun for this. You should like focus more on this. But essentially, I used to only post finished work on Instagram, or maybe like some battle report stuff, which is a perfectly valid way of doing content. I think he's gonna die from the fire. Yep, he did in fact die from the fire. Nowadays, I basically don't finish as many projects at all. I put a lot less work hours into painting in general, and a lot of stuff that I've quote-unquote finished recently. Pog, indeed it is quite PogChamp, we got him. But basically, I went to a tournament in August, and I painted 3 models for it, but I don't consider them finished, because I wanted to do a bunch of freehand stuff on them, and I only did freehand on one of them, and even on that guy, I still don't actually consider him finished, because they have alternate weapons that I haven't full painted. Oh, we're gonna have to do the Master Volume thing again, because we got grabbed. Perhaps you can't hear it, but I have tinnitus now. So, tinnitus out of 10. Options, audio. Be gone, tinnitus. Not today, Satan. And let's go over to roll a die. But basically, I have like high standards for no reason, and that stops me from posting on Instagram, pretty much. Which is a dumb thing, for sure. So that's a 7. If you haven't seen that, that's the number 7. Any 7s in the chat? I think that's like an awful thing to ask, by the way. Everyone is gonna think like, oh god, like are you grading like women? Are you grading people's attractiveness? Is this like, I'm like, no, it's a bit. There's a number on the screen and I said it. Why can't we have nice things? I have to count it manually, but this do be 7, I'm fairly certain, because that is it though? Like, let's think together. If this is 10, then this is 9, then this is 8, then this is 7. Yeah, it is. Turns out, even with basically no sleep, 3+ hours into the stream, we can do basic math. Like, I could go to elementary school, is what I'm saying, and I am a 7 out of 10. Just like every game ever released. Oh, that old chestnut, star underscore, like Jackie Chan is a 7 out of 10. But turns out every game is a 7 out of 10. Old Star was really, really good. I don't doubt that the man makes good content now as well. It's just I haven't been following, to be honest. But I know he recently did like an entire role-playing game with his wife, I'm pretty sure. They have their own setting and everything for it. They wrote all the rules, I'm pretty sure. And obviously, like, Star did a lot of the artwork. And I think his wife is also an artist, like Ashley Lang. Could be wrong, though. But yeah, they're definitely a power couple. And I mean, you know, they're pretty on top of their game in terms of like being on the internet and whatnot. I think I mentioned Star in like a previous video. I actually feel bad for him about the whole TF2 community being a total dickwad and constantly demanding him to play TF2 when he's like, bro, like what if I don't want to? And it's so stupid because, you know, like his contemporary was Jerma, who everyone fucking knows on Twitch now. But you don't know Jerma for Team Fortress 2, and I don't know if people still beg him to do TF2. I don't think so. And even in the TF2 days, the only difference was Jerma did slightly more like random content, but not enough to be called like a variety YouTuber, and that wasn't even really a fucking thing back in the day. No one codified this shit, like no one cared. And for some reason, like everyone was okay with Jerma just doing whatever the fuck he wanted, essentially. But then it's like, my man Star wants to do any fucking video that isn't like Scout or Soldier in Team Fortress 2, the whole internet is like, how very dare you? Like the actual collective reaction was like that. That's the internet's reaction to Star like releasing any video that isn't TF2, and you're like, what? Like, bro, what the fuck? Like how is this your reaction? But then like you do poggers whenever Jerma uploads anything. We're talking like 10 years ago, by the way. It made no sense. People are weird, as it turns out. I mean, I'm saying that as an ultimate weirdo. But yeah, I kind of wish that never happened to him. But turns out, you know, we on the internet, like, we don't play nice with each other. That's a recurring theme, I think. I got Gunslinger 15. Oh my god, does that mean we have the reload speed? Speed loader, baby! I mean, it might cost us everything, but I got speed loader. We got hit. They body blocked me. They body blocked me completely. And our streak ended. We've gotten hit twice now. You see, Speedloader betrayed us. It was all part of their plan. Turns out, though, I'm a gunslinger and I have enough movement speed to run 2 marathons at the same time and still kill everything. So it will not matter. Also because we're on like low difficulty, but don't tell anybody that. We're pro gamers here. Definitely pro gamers. Definitely not just getting random headshots on invisible attackers. There we go.
Get to the indicated pod for resupply.
But yeah, man, that's internet history though. Like 10 years ago on the internet. Crazy. Can you imagine that it's gonna be 2023 soon? It's crazy to think about. That is a number. Just like every other number of every year. But it's one bigger than the current number that we have. And that's scary because it means that time is indeed passing. The chronological units that we constructed to understand the world around us are functioning exactly how you would think they do. It's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, next thing you're gonna tell me that all the physics that we figured out are kinda true. Like, fuck, man. It's crazy. Fucking reality. How does it work? I don't want to talk to no scientists. This is a bad bit, but I'm having fun with it. I think that could be the tagline of my entire stream, though. Like, this is a bad stream, but I have fun with it. I just think it's neat. Look at the gloriousness of the reload. Oh, it's so fast. So fast. Bruh. Fast as fuck, boy. We have fun here, actually. I mean, I do. I don't know about the rest, but I have fun here every time. Bro, I don't even... Was that the torch there? Because they got on fire right quick. They were nowhere near it. At least, it didn't look like they were near it. Ooh, a gun. I want a gun. And then John Freeman picked up a weapon. I think that is maybe something I could work on. Like, I think a lot of the humor that I do is referential, and a part of me is like, I could be more highbrow. But then I remember that I say, like, P, and I'm like, P, that's funny. So I don't know if there's any hope for improvement with this, to be honest, is what I'm telling you. Maybe the best we can do is to not be completely awful. And perhaps that's not enough, but it's admirable that we try. And the ghosts were deader. Yep, the pants were dead. And the house was dead. And then the ghost, yeah. It's still amazing. That video to this day like blows me away. It causes me to have a violent KEGW reaction
It didn't stand a
live on
chance.
stream and in real life
Magnifique.
every time. It's just good. But there are a couple videos like that that do that. I mean, again, we were talking about Germ earlier. There's that one Amnesia. No, it's not even Amnesia. It's the Painter one. It's Layers of Fear. I think in the first one, they have that one scene that's supposed to be really terrifying. When like a baby walks into a cupboard. It's like a really shitty jump scare, but you can repeat it as many times as you want if you go into the right hallway. And there's like I think a 10-minute scene where he basically mentally breaks himself by replaying that one animation until he like is ugly cry laughing at it, and I cannot help but go along with it. Like, there's a reason he's such a good streamer. His laugh is actually more contagious than your average virus, and I mean that in a good way. I know, you know, after the happening in 2010, it's rough to say that, but we don't pull our punches here. Like, we don't care about that. And it became a zombie ghost house, and John Freeman went more faster. Exactly. He's just like me for real, for real. Oh god, I'm gonna have to watch that tonight right after stream, man. Now that we talked about it, it's like my body needs it. I love the reload speed upgrade so much, bro. I'm sexually aroused by the fact that I can reload fast now. Like I'm having the uncut gems reaction. Like I reload and it's like, holy shit, I'm gonna come. Like I said, it's so insane to me that we've been live for 3 hours. It feels like it's been 10 minutes. Like, I still, it doesn't add up. I know we went through every perk in the game, so that is at least, like, 1.5 hours. Actually more, like, way more, but still. And it's like, it doesn't make sense. Like, chronological units, bro. How do they work? I do have, like, a couple other things still that that I'm toying with for stream as well. I've been thinking, Vampire Survivors 1.0 came out, and there's only, like, 20-some achievements now that I need to 100% the game. For the 15th fucking time, by the way, just as, like, a little you mad moment from my part, it's a little infuriating that I've 100%ed that game 15 times in early access, but that's early access for you, by the way. It's a good game, though, and I haven't played it in months, so I feel like it could be good to go back. I would probably have to bust out the Wiki Warrior knowledge, which I don't want to say I'm ashamed to do, because I'm not. I read wikis of games that I play. I'm a nerd. We've established this. You all know this. You're keenly aware of this fact. And I think that's fine. Bro, the reload speed is so good. It's blowing my mind. It's that Adam Levine meme all over again. Holy fuck, holy fucking fuck, that reload speed of yours is absurd. By the way, that man didn't get canceled for that, I think. Or if he did, it didn't stick. And hey, maybe that's okay. I don't know. Maybe let's not cancel people. Except the bad ones. Can I get my Reddit gold for that take? Please, you know, upvotes to the left. Let's only cancel the bad people. Big brain. Forehead GG easy. Like, done. The internet has been fixed. Local streamer fixes the internet with one sentence. You will not believe what he said. That's how you clickbait, by the way. That's clickbait 101. The next lesson you can access by watching and paying, obviously, for my masterclass. Yeah, they invited me right after the TED Talk, for real. You can trust me. It's definitely not just my PayPal link. and like a crappily edited VCR video that I'll forward to you. Definitely trust me. I am believable. Trustworthy. But they only cancel the bad people. You can ask them. True. I mean, you know, it's just like, so far in history, every single war has been won by the good guys. Like, how convenient. Oh man, the world is maybe slightly more nuanced than we might believe. Or it's just as easy as we think. You never know. I feel like we should have, I definitely feel like we should have gotten the projectile build instead for Gunslinger. I'm having a lot of, like, fun with the Glock, but we've already done it. I just kind of went on autopilot, because I can't even remember what we were talking about, but we were deep in the conversation, in the flow of the conversation. I just love the reload animations, man. They're good. They did a good job with this. And that sound. It all started with that damn sound. There we go. Like, it's just good, man. We could have used, you know, the Magnum revolvers, but when you have like 600 rounds of pistol ammo,
Let's make sure.
they're just like unloading in his ass. And I did say that. Yep. I mean, hey, unloading in his ass. Sometimes it just happens. Like, he made me act up. What can I say? One of these days, we'll roll something awful as like a perk to play, and then the fun will truly begin. That was fun. Thanks for the entertainment. See you next time. Yeah. I hope you have a nice night's rest run, and I hope you have a good work day tomorrow. And I mean, we'll hang out anyway on the weekend, so you know that's not a threat or anything. But yeah, you can't get rid of me. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Let me switch the scene, though, while we're at it, to the roll dice. The roll dice. Let me roll my R's while I roll my dice. That's just the same thing. That just sounds like a 7 with extra steps. That demands a reroll. We've also had 5, I'm pretty sure, though. Yeah, 'cause 5 is just demo. Okay. 8. Hey, that's sharpshooter. Let's go. I mean, it's not good, but hey. It's something. Alrighty. Sharpie shooty. My sharp and my shooter at the same time. We've done this before. Maybe we won't go compound bow this time, though. Because we kind of flailed around like a maniac with that one. And it didn't go so well. We tried out of 10, but... I do need to reload, though. Just as a heads up to myself. Always need to reload. Doing good though. Oh no, you don't. I apparently also don't hit you, so you know what? That's fair. If he doesn't get to hit me, then I don't get to hit him. Yeah, we kind of need to make the most of rack 'em up while we have it. At least for bloats, because it basically means a one-shot. Alrighty, I mean, that went slightly better than it usually does. So that's something, I suppose. I mean, we're still going to go centerfire, though, because at least that's a given. Gonna get a grenade. I wish I had one more dash. I need $1 is what I need, but I don't have it. And once again, I feel like this spot kind of works for sharpshooter. So far, it's been okay. Maybe on other difficulties, it would not work. But perhaps this is kind of the best sightline that we're going to get on this map. It's all very close quarters, which is not so good for us right now, but it's something. We'll definitely go Beluga Beat later. That worked rather well. And also, it reduced the overall stress level of the perk to essentially nothing, which is quite good. I like not having a heart attack because I'm playing my first-person shooter video game. It's pretty solid when, you know, your life expectancy isn't halved every time you miss a shot in a video game. I mean, we're doing some decent hip fire every now and then. But, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day, so let's not start patting our back too early. Yeah, that could have been cool if we got headshots there, but we didn't. Yeah, I mean, we got enough rack 'em up to just kill him easy, so. Yeah, when you get into the flow of this, though, it's great. We got a Colat there. Insane. Alrighty, I mean, hey, that was not bad. We didn't do too bad there. I apparently need medical attention, though. That's a spoiler. Any EMT people in the chat? Let's see. I'm thinking. So we sell this. We go to 15. I mean, yeah, we do go to 1500. By the way, we didn't mess that up. But we only need 1100 for good old Beluga. We still have the armor, which is very, very cool. I want to have as much, like, grenade goodness as possible. And look at that! It's the funny sex number! Praise be. Praise be, Prage. I should add that, actually. I think I still have plenty of emote slots. We could add Prage in there. We got a lot of the Pepes. We got quite a collection of potentially rare Pepes. And that's always a good time.
Pod's closed.
That silly frog. I wonder what he's up to now. We're already getting plenty of resources once again. I mean, the free armor is such an insane get on this map, and it happens so frequently. You walked into the fire. You silly little goose. Yeah, when they bunch up with this gun, it's rather useful. You get some mad value. What a dodge. Sick dodges? Oh my god, sick nasty with it? Okay, that didn't, like, you know, it wasn't as cool as I thought it would be. We kind of just, like, didn't get hit, and, like, that was it. Which is okay, but I kind of pretended like that was, you know, like the play of the game kind of thing, and no. I mean, it's also fairly easy because they're not raged yet.
Just saw a shimmer. Something close.
We're missing a lot of our shots now, by the way. Bro, it's a hallway. Where is your head hitbox? Can you explain to me where your head where is your head at? Sometimes it works and sometimes it don't, apparently. I need to remember that I gotta, like, press 2 mouse buttons. That's the only complaint about this gun. It's very good, but it's finicky to use the alt fire. I think I need to use it for... Yeah, I need to reload, is the big one. I thought this was ideal for the EDARs. Maybe the regular shot is better for the EDARs. Learn something new every day, I guess. Okay, let's think about this. So, primary fire shoots infected darts that inflate the Z heads. All fire triggers a brain hemorrhage in all infected Zeds around the player. Best when the situation comes to a head. Oh no, they didn't. They did. They did in fact go there. I mean, look. Last time we tried something random, it kind of worked well. We could also just use a Spitfire apparently for crazy, but let's not and pretend that we did. You can't do dual Spitfires, right? That would be crazy. Kind of want to do the Spitfire though. I'm not gonna lie. No. Let's do the Headhunter. We've not used this thing like ever. Let's give it a shot. Let us resist temptation. Lord, grant me the strength to resist temptation. This is also the final wave. This went by super fast. I don't think I should go to the area, but I'm on my way anyway. Making my way downtown. Corpses past. Blood on the floor. I'm about to vomit. Well, let's see. This is less than ideal, to say the least. So this thing can still headshot. So how does it work? I'm not... Okay. So it's you set him up, and then you stun him. I mean, I think that would have been better if we let's get you as well. Okay, let's not do the area. Maybe we still can though. Let's do this and this and this and you, and everybody gets big head. Oh, we also need to have access to that. I mean, I'm just gonna run. Let's just get out of there. I feel like maybe the final wave is not ideal to learn a weapon like this. He also doesn't care so much about the whole head thing. Okay, let's do another Granado. Childish Granado is my favorite artist of the 2010s. I think he was active earlier, though, right? I'm probably talking out of my ass. Contemporary music is not exactly my strong suit. Can you stop coming out of my butt, though? I would really like it. Bro, they keep on, like, spawning behind me. Turns out we didn't kill enough. Yes, I understand how the headhunter works. I don't got my doubts that I mechanically understand the weapon. I just think maybe that... I mean, it's weird, right? Because around the player, how big is that around? So, like that, yeah, that gets his head, but I mean, he's an Edar, so he doesn't really care. Bro, can you stop? Oh, you didn't get, like, frozen. You're the only guy that I wanted to get frozen, by the way. That is so silly. The only thing I wanted was the bloat to not get me, and he's the one that didn't get frozen. Yeah, that was ugly. I cannot remember if I've used the Headhunter before. I think it's a relatively old weapon by now, compared to a lot of other options. But yeah, it's weird. I understand that. I think the idea behind it is it's a second oh shit button that you can just press. Except it doesn't really work that way because the small guys, you still just headshot and they die, which is fine. I mean, ideally, the best crowd control is always killing and stuff. I don't think this is gonna be good for the final. Can I just get a Mosin Nagant, though? It's simple. Like, it's a gun. It's just a gun. You shoot it, and it works marvelously. It's an elephant gun, kinda. Kinda. Big old bolt action boy. I don't know if this is a good spot to fight any boss, but hey, we can try. Absolutely will try. Johnson for apparently Mr. Hans Volter. I believe he spawned next to the weapons room, so not far away from here. I need to remember that you can actually parry with this as well, and I mean it has like a good melee. I used to run the Mosin Nagant every now and then. It's again an interesting one because it kind of makes up for some of the downsides of That was the first headshot we did? I thought we hit him in the head the first time. I guess I was wrong. Oh, you're running. Okay, we somehow made that work. I'm not sure how. Okay, we need to focus. We need to focus him. Oh, I never noticed that his grenades are skulls before with the Halloween skin. That's kind of cool. Even if he did grab us. Why are you running away? Is there something I don't know? It's kind of cool that you can parry. It doesn't make like that much of a difference because you don't get, you know, like a status effect benefit, obviously. But it feels good. Like, you don't run away particularly far, huh? You also didn't heal like that much there. Yeah, I feel like that could be bad. It wasn't so bad though. I mean, we got him with a headshot in the end. Good old Mosin Nagant, dude. It's a good weapon. It's a good weapon. It's kind of, you know, it tries to make up for your other weaknesses, so that's something. It doesn't fix everything about the whole close quarters thing that you might have, but you can do some fun stuff with it for sure. And it looks good on Strasse as well, and that has to count for something. Let's see. I think I got one more in me. At least one more, but one for sure. Let me drink some more water though. Alrighty. Well, I need to roll the dice. And let's get it on over there. Rolling, rolling, rolling. It's a Juan. Well, going back here, going back there, going back there, going back here, Yeah. Berserker is more than fine, in fact. And you know what? We'll do alternate Berserker. It's been a while since we've done Star Wars Berserker. But we have the technology. We have the capability. And the elbow grease.
First batch of Zeds.
Maybe not the cognitive capacity to lead, but we do in fact have the elbow grease. Let's just beat him up. That's the trick. You gotta punch him and punch him again. It's easy. That's my secret, Captain. I'm always punching. You're too slow. There you go, buddy. I knew I could count on you. It took a while to get there, but you pulled it off in the end. And by God, you pulled it off good. Hey, can you punch me? Thank you. You see? I always had a friend in you. You don't need a head. It's optional. Croval. Apply directly to the forehead, apparently.
Come see me. The pod's safely open.
Well, let's go. So we need 2,000 dosh as well for the ion thruster, which is basically just a lightsaber. Like, let's call it what it is. Let's not, you know, mess around with these made-up terms. It's a fucking lightsaber. It's really cool, though. And it has kind of a lightsaber-y sound. So we will save up our money for that. I don't know why I came to the pod at that point. Because I don't really see the point of getting armor when it's just going to get broken off of us because we're a berserker and we're probably going to be in the midst of things. You know, this is different, though. That's free armor. That would disappear after I skip the trader anyway. So I might as well take it.
Pod's closed. Go make a difference.
I don't think that I drank enough water today. I know that much. I mean, I don't think I know that much, actually. I should correct myself because... Correct yourself before you correct yourself. I don't know, look. We have to workshop that one. It's a work in progress. But yeah, since I was on a business thing, I made the mistake in the morning of thinking, like, I'm not gonna, you know, take my water bottle because I won't need it in the car. And it's like, that's the dumbest thing you can do, by the way. Oh no, we got hit by... Maybe we didn't get hit by a Scrake, though. Maybe we walked on stuff. But I didn't take my water bottle with me, which is fine, because again, normally you're like, hey, we might stop like somewhere along the way. It wasn't like a long drive, it's a kind of a 2-hour drive basically. My initial thought was like, hey, maybe we'll stop at like a gas station or, you know, like a highway rest stop kind of situation. And maybe I'll go to, I don't know, like anything, go inside an establishment, ask them for a bottle of water, as some people would say. If they are in fact people. I'm kidding, of course. But no, that didn't come to pass. And it turns out it's a good thing that it didn't come to pass because traffic was so awful that we kind of needed all the time that we had to get there and all that. So, hey, swings and roundabouts, I suppose. But either way, yeah, this is a fucking lightsaber. Listen to that. That's just a lightsaber. And I mean, that parry is sick with it. I need to remember not to twirl it because it has like a special attack that you trigger with the reload. So remind me not to twirl it too much. Don't play with your lightsaber. I believe is what Han Solo said in one of the movies. And I mean, we can also do heavy attacks with this one. And some of the heavy attack animations are quite cool. You kind of don't need to like just do heavy attacks with this though. Like it has fire. It strikes, it burns, it does it all. The ion thruster. Oh, we still got the parry. Incredible. You can kind of head empty, just like keep swinging. For the most part. Get knocked around a little bit, but hey, that's fine. All's fair in love and war. It's all good. Potentially even in the hood. The burning corpses are, you know, a nice touch. I feel like they really tie the room together. Apparently that was most of the wave. Turns out we kind of just stood in a corner and did our best. And apparently it was, in fact, enough. But yeah, this is a good weapon. It is also a DLC weapon, to be fair. So you gotta pay for the privilege, or you could just have someone on the team who has it. Because at least in this game they do that. We also have the 100% thing, so I cannot press reload. I should not press reload. But I'm not going to press reload, though. I guess we could also take a Frost Fang, because it complements it quite well.
Start to wrap things up, as they say.
Yeah, you can parry with that. You can also, you know, hit stuff with it. It's kind of a weird concept. It's an axe shotgun. It looks cool, though. I like the texture on the blade of the axe. It looks neat. And I mean, I think it got nerfed a little bit with the freezing power, but it's still rather good. To put it mildly, it's still kind of freaking incredible. It's also kind of a nice theme, you know, we got fire and we got ice. Oh no, it's an Edar. I kind of hope we get an early Scrake and some early Flesh Pounds even. I wanted him to explode, that's why I, you know, got quiet and disappointed. All I want for Christmas is you to explode. It's such a fast attacking weapon too. And then you do the Giga Knockback Kamehameha Unleash the Kraken attack. Patent pending name, of course. It takes a while for you to get that percentage like back, but hey, just keep swinging. What could go wrong? Dude, my man just got owned. And by my man, I mean everyone in the vicinity of the toxicity of our city. Our city. I'm finally dropping some more lyrical references, and it brings me great joy. Even if I was complaining earlier that a lot of my humor is referential, again, I don't think it's gonna get better, bro. I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And hey, maybe some people will appreciate it. I wouldn't say I appreciate it about myself, but I've accepted that that's how I am. My brain works in not so mysterious, more just dumb ways, as it turns out. And some of the dumb ways are just having a bunch of lyrics in my head at all times, and kind of having head empty moments where you're just like, yeah, I'm just listening to a song in my brain somehow, some way. Keep coming up with funky ass shit every single day. Yep. You all saw that coming. I mean, I'm pretty sure you did. Let's be real. I don't know why I'm coming here. I guess for this armor. Worth it, baby. I kind of want to see if we can freeze the boss, to be honest, with the Frost Fang. We're just gonna use it until we get a freeze, okay? Just a little tiny freeze. Just a tiny freeze, bro. Let's see who it is, because I'm fairly certain most of the bosses have different crowd control resistances. I think freeze is kept completely separate from that, though, and with good reason. It's probably the strongest like effect. I think it's a good idea to have him attack us because the parry bonus kind of helps us, also in terms of dealing damage. Can I like freeze you, buddy? I think we would need to hit him with like the whole clip, the whole mag. That's kind of okay. Still got some armor. Oh, really? Like, you had such a delayed attack there. Really not a single freeze out of all of that. That's extremely disappointing. Well, let's go and do the fire then. You've left me no choice, my man. We lost our armor. Do we want to, like, you know, forage around a little bit? There usually is armor. Although I think now we're just gonna have to fight him here. Yeah. Let's, like, take him someplace else. I think this will work. Yeah, I like this gate. I like this gate. We'll have to, like, keep an eye out for his melee attacks, but that's fine. No, apparently we don't have to keep an eye out for any of his melee attacks because he's bad. Skill issue? Actual, like, skill issue? Holy crap. Get knocked down and owned, bro! Yeah, boy. He's gone. It's insane that that is like a guaranteed knockdown. I get it, it gotta build up and all that, but like, come on, the freeze didn't work.
Don't get back up.
Be gone, foul beasts. I mean, alright, that was a good time. Do we wanna, you know, end on that note? Do we? I think we might. I mean, hey man, it's been almost 4 hours, but we could take it to actually 4 hours. But why would we do that? You know what? Let's see who's on. Let's do a little bit of a raid, perhaps, if somebody is on. If nobody's on, we'll just do an end screen. We've gotten so many Halloween treat tickets. They must have increased the drop chance for that, dude. I didn't usually get so many of them. I want to see how many we have before we go anywhere. That would be in my inventory, if we can locate it. I mean, we can recycle this, by the way, while we're here. Glorious animations! Let's just see. I'm curious, because I seem to remember getting them fairly frequently since we've been back, like, playing more actively. Apparently our inventory is just broken. Don't mind me. It's just broken. This would be in crafting, correct? Bro, we have 8? What the fuck? That's a lot. What happened there? Yeah, you know what? I think next stream, because we're likely to do Killing Floor at some point. It's been our workhorse all this time. We're probably going to, like, open, you know, use 5 of these to get an item. I think that would be great. Let me real quick jump on over here and see who exists, who is on. There's plenty of people, to be honest, but there's just some folks that I'm just like, I don't really see the point of raiding. They're so huge. I'm just like, I don't want to bother them with like a, hey, can you shout me out? I feel that's like too attention seeking, you know? So you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna say that this was a good stream. We actually had some amazing times. I don't think we died a single time, which is very weird. Although not that unexpected, considering that we kind of cheated with the difficulty, if we're being honest. We put it down to the wee babby mode. It happens. Well, it doesn't happen. I did it. It doesn't just happen. I purposefully did that. So that was a nice little romp. We had fun with it. And now it's time to say goodbye. So I hope you had a good time watching. I had a good time streaming. I don't know yet when I'll be back. Most likely somewhere, I want to say Monday evening, there's a chance. We have like a long weekend coming up. That's the only reason why I'm like, oh, maybe not. But we'll see. What I can say for sure is if we're going to be doing more Killing Floor, which we are very likely to do, then I am probably going to purchase the Armory Season Pass and at least try out the weapons that got added. So I think SWAT has a new gun that you can see on the screen. And we have the Blood Sickle for Berserker, which I don't know if it's good, but it seems cool. It's very Bloodborne, and that's always a cool design cue. So we're going to probably buy that because I'm fairly certain that it's like on sale now. So we're probably going to do that. Oh, apparently this gun just got added too, based on the like graphic there. We've never watched that. Well, I haven't because I've been lazy. Just been no brain, get into the game as fast as possible. But yeah. So we'll probably still play more Killing Floor. I've been thinking about going back to Vampire Survivors, see what the 1.0 release is all about, so that could be fun. And, I mean, there's always Deep Rock Galactic. There's always plenty of other games. We've been talking about Cult of the Lamb as well. There's plenty we could do. We'll have to see what we end up doing. But what's guaranteed is that more than likely I'll have a good time, and I hope you have a good time too. And without further ado, thank you for tuning in. It's time to end.
Here is the safest place to be, in the modern home on wheels. Under you is a rigid steel foundation. Steering controls anchored to the frame. Dependable brakes to stop you safely in every emergency. Knee action to keep you steady over the bumps and set you down easy in case of a blowout.
ordinary day, ordinary traffic. Yet any number of these drivers are potential killers. Here's one of them. He doesn't look like a killer, does he? That is why ordinary tires are not enough. That is why ordinary tires are not enough.
Let's get out of here before somebody gets hurt.